Hello, it's me, Paladin Ash, streaming for you today. This is an off stream for Bo, so I get to have the intro. Suck a dick, you bottom.
I
Jesus.
hey, Chaplain, that one right there.
He's fine. You're the bottom here.
I'm the fact that Imperial Fist Death Watch right now, don't bring up the novel Space Marine, please.
He said you have a corrupted taint. How would he know that?
Hey, I've mastered my taint.
Look, he knows he has a corrupted taint because of like sampling the meal.
Oh my fucking god. Listen, it was such a fucking blessing to. Hey, Megaman, how you doing? It was such a fucking blessing to go to the Black Library website and they say straight up, this shit ain't canon. Just don't even worry about it. It was a different time. It was weird when this book was written. They don't admit the part where hey, philosopher. They don't admit the part where Ian Watson sent them his deliberately filthy first draft, and the publishing company who did their shit at the time just printed that anyway. They don't talk about that part.
We don't do that here.
Yeah, that is entirely why Black Library exists, funnily enough. That book got published. It was super embarrassing for Games Workshop, so they were like, you know what?
You could actually credit Ian Watson with being one of the true creative geniuses and innovators of Games Workshop.
I mean, in a bass-ackwards kind of way, yeah, because his weird-ass Space Marine novel got, and back during the first edition days, resulted in Black Library being founded so they could control their own shit.
Yeah, kind of like the second guy that created the hand grenade.
What happened to the first guy?
Boom.
Ah, yes, understandable.
The second guy figured don't pull the pin out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the old hand grenades were just iron balls with black powder in them and a fuse. You lit the fuse and you yeeted that shit. So yeah.
See.
He lit the fuse and goes, "I wonder what this will do."
Right. Fuck.
One sec. I'm taking a moment to see if I can't check my pros account, but I can't remember what I logged into it with. So like,
take your time. We're in no rush. We're in no ruch. We still got like
Bo is a bottom capital B $1.
This website is so atrociously slow.
It is. It's garbage.
Listen. Here's what I want to know. What is it with hobbies I get into and garbage websites? Games Workshop's websites are garbage. You know what I found out? The Bandai Premium accounts, the Bandai Premium website, which is where you get a lot of like the really hard to get Gunpla shit. Guess what? Also, it's also a garbage website. Why does this keep happening to me?
The question is, why do I have nipple rings?
I don't know, Leandros. That's your kink, man. We've already assumed Leandros is gonna fall to Slaanesh in the third game because of his quest for perfection is unending. You're wondering if Ian Watson's still a writer? I think he is. I think he still writes. I can't remember off the top of my head though.
If the word "rights" is in air quotes, yeah.
I'd say the big problem primarily is that I wouldn't call him a bad writer. I would just say he wasn't a good fit for Warhammer. You know what I mean? Even in those early days.
Yeah, he should be writing fucking fan fiction.
So, okay,
Like
just
Twilight
to
fanfic.
interject here through the stream of consciousness.
Yes.
Am I even going to get progress with the whole thing if, like, I can't access my pros account? Because I did make one for, like, when I first started, like, playing this game. But I don't know about...
It would be worth making sure you've connected the account to Space Marine 2.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I did. It's just... I literally can't reset my password because every time I try to do that, it sends back a server error.
Oh, God.
Jesus.
Of course.
At this rate, they should just give people the fucking helmet for nothing.
When even Reddit's taking that point of view, yeah.
It's like, you fucked up so hard. It's like, just give us the helmet. The fact it's kind of a FOMO thing is kind of dumb to begin with. I see they're taking a page out of Games Workshop's book.
But they're getting roasted too. I mean, Steam, Reddit, just everything. It's like, why do you keep using this shit site?
Yeah.
Like pros.
You just give it like real like. I think something that sought after that people have wanted since the game came out, they shouldn't be locking behind FOMO at all.
It makes me wonder if the player numbers are dropping, so that's why they're doing this.
I could check Steam charts like right now. I could do that right now if you want.
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah. Hold up. Much as I like this game, yeah. Let's see. Steam charts.
What? I mean,
Shut
I
up.
hate the whole like, oh no, player numbers are dropping. It's like, shut the fuck up. It's a game. It's not even a game you're meant to play forever. It's like, yeah, it's cooperative, but it's a game. People are going to move on to other things. I'm sorry, game developers and CEOs of the world. You're not going to create the next forever game. You're not going to create the next Fortnite, which has the zooms by the nuts and has for like a decade now.
Currently sitting, as of 5 minutes ago, 11,379 players.
And that's not bad.
That's not
I
bad.
mean,
For a game like this, no, it's actually not. Like,
Marshall,
what's up?
pull my oath rings. Do it.
No, gross.
Do it. Do it. Do it.
I
Do
mean,
it.
the only thing I can recommend, Hun, is to check your log out of the game and check if it says you're logged into your pros account.
Let me quit the title screen.
I mean, the only other option would be make yet another. Well, no, it probably wouldn't work.
I can't.
Yeah.
I can't do shit. It will not let me do shit.
Yeah, the servers are just busted right now. Like he was saying, he can't get to the login servers won't let him reset his password. So yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Is Pros owned by somebody involved with this, or is it just some shitty third-party company?
It's like a third-party company.
I want to find whoever sold this, being in sales myself, and just beat him in the fucking head for it. I'm both horrified and admiring them. I'm like, you pulled this off, man. You sold this shit.
It does say registered in the lower right and signed in as Fist of Heaven.
Then you should be good.
You should be okay. Yeah.
You should be okay. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
I will.
I apologize.
Oh, shush.
Don't
honey.
send that invite yet. I'm just loading in now.
Okay. Well, I was gonna say, shush. Don't feel bad. It is fine. It is literally fine. Yeah, like ain't no one mad, ain't no one upset. Yeah. Why you got a toilet bowl on your shoulder?
Okay, there we go.
Your mother.
You can invite me now, or I can. One sec. Join.
Yeah, I would say you should be able to join on us. And then we will commence the purging.
Are we binging first, or?
It's not that kind of purging.
Oh, okay.
I've been rereading. I've started going through Double Eagle again because Interceptor City came out. Shut up.
Right.
I've been going through it again, and I got to that part where, Markwall is like on his ass drunk, and the guy moping about the fact that the one dude got hurt, and he's blaming himself, and he thinks he shot down a friendly when he didn't, and then he's like he's being like a bitch, and then what's his name, Kaczynski? Kaczynski, the guy who has to drive a truck because he's wounded and he used to be a pilot, throws the pistol on his lap and says, "Just shoot yourself. You get to be a pilot, you piece of shit. I wish I could fly."
Yeah, I mean that's. Oh, what happened, Ash?
Well, it's not letting me join on the server,
My
so.
God.
Oh jeez.
Oh wait, loading resources. So maybe it's probably just.
If it doesn't let you in, I will invite you. But yeah, no, that part, I love that part just because he's smacking him, basically verbally slapping him upside the head.
Being a whiny bitch.
Yeah.
Okay, invite me, honey. Try inviting me.
Okay, I'll try that.
Or hit me with the friend code.
Okay, you've been invited.
see if that works. It might be some like AIDS thing, like, oh, you can't just join in on people with the mod. You have to be invited.
It is set to private, so that is entirely a possibility.
That might be it. Yeah,
which is that's a consequence of the mod. Yeah, you have to set it to private. It's like it's not an option.
He wants to see your privates.
I figure that's probably it, strictly because like a person probably set it to private so people don't just jump in on them playing. Like even people on their friends list. That's what I think it probably was.
The thing I find funny is the number of people whining about this mod, and it's like, then don't play it then.
Yeah, you are literally, people who have it installed are barred from playing the main game. That is like, yeah.
Well, but it gives you an unfair advantage. To who? How? It's actually harder.
Yeah,
I mean, it does allow me to just be like, LOL, I'm swapping into the awesome armor because I don't want to have to grind the game for a million years to have the awesome armor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. Okay, it's being a bitch.
Yeah, give me a moment to get back into my own personal barge and then try like hitting me up with the code.
I think we might just have to reset the lobby. So I'm gonna have to log out and log back in.
Possibly, yeah.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that.
I apologize. I'm gonna do the same with the game.
Yeah. Sorry, everyone. A little bit of scuff. It's Space Marine 2's fault. Okay. Steam, you wanna?
They're just a AA studio. They make no money.
Well, I mean, that's the thing is that's technically true. As snarky as you're being, that is technically true. It's funnier when you do it with companies like, say, Blizzard or
yeah, fair.
Or who the fuck are the people that make shitty Russian bot MOBA game? League of Legends, yeah. The people who do League of Legends. Riot, yeah. See, that's where go ahead.
I was gonna say I'm suddenly reminded of like right before the, I think, end of Mists of Pandaria, I bought one of those store mounts and was just like flying around on it and just like just vibing, and then some dudes are like, nice mount, ellipses, and I'm like, thanks, and then they start bitching to me but kind of sort of at me because Blizzard was like making store mounts but not like patching every aspect of the game, and I'm like, that's nice. Have you ever tried DMT?
Listen. All you gotta say to them is all you gotta say to throw them for a loop is fallacy of relative privation. Again, for those who don't know what that is, that's the one where it's like, the dev team is working on X when they could be working on Y. Like there aren't dedicated fucking people working on each problem. Like, the people who make the mounts aren't the people fixing bugs or balancing.
Don't you know it's just one guy in India sitting at a computer?
I mean, these days.
Like, okay. It needs to be not like, what Bo just said is 100% true, though, because, like, look, any gaming company has several segments to its like development floor. You got the people who do the basic code. You got the people who do like the sprites or like the modeling, and even at that level, the thing we're talking about tends to be very complicated because like you have to first make the basic skeleton, then the mesh that goes over that, and then the texture that goes over that. And even the texture has additional like layers to it, like lighting and shading and all that jazz.
Then you have to make sure that the saddle clips into the rider's ass. I mean, that's an essential part.
But then you have to add effects on top of that. You need to code it so it works right.
Yeah. And like, make no mistake, WoW is an old fucking game. Like, like a lot of their like more advanced modeling in recent days is them just basically like committing necromancy with their own cult code, because like the people who like originally made the game aren't even working with the company anymore, so it's like spaghetti code out the ass.
All right, let me know when you both are in.
I am ready to join on you or be invited.
Okay, invite sent to you.
Give me just a second. I had to back completely out because it literally still had me stuck in a group, but on my own. So
I swear to God, the mod's fucking up.
it probably is. All right, go ahead and shoot me an invite, please.
Alrighty, hold on. There we go. You've been
Oh,
invited.
I'm joining. It's reminding me of a previous stream that we had where, like, we spent, like, 20 minutes dealing with this fucking nonsense.
Oh, right. We were trying to play it with Riona. That's right.
Well, remember when we had the same problem when the three of us were playing, and we weren't even modded? That was just the vanilla game was fucking up.
Did you get that invite, CDAT?
Yep, I'm coming in, I think.
Okay. Didn't Andromeda have a chaotic development because it had 5 studios and a third-party outsiders to complete? Yeah.
Oh,
What?
why did it sent me all the way back to the main menu?
Try again?
Hang on a second. I might try the invite code. That might be a little smoother, to be honest. Let me get to that point.
But yeah, Electronic Arts, actually, Philosopher, Electronic Arts does that a lot. They'll do that thing where they have like 6 or 7 studios working on different parts of a game, and then they wonder why it doesn't fucking work when it comes out. Oh, you joined.
Okay, it just gave me the maintenance warning, so maybe it is going to work.
I kind of like the Nova Marines, look. I know nothing about them, but I like their aesthetic.
I think they're one of the second founding Ultramarine successors.
I think they recently got a massive boost from the Marines that shall not be named, since it sets off the autists.
So, like, I have to ask, based off of their name, is there a chapter culture that they're, Islamic?
No, what? Oh.
Well, the name is Nova, so I assume they like the Allahu Akbar people.
No, that's no, honey.
I'm sorry.
No, he's not. He's not the least bit sorry.
I love you too. I should whack you upside the head, but I'm not gonna. That was awful. That was actually awful.
Okay, I'm in and ready to go.
Okay, I'm gonna select. We gotta set to level 2. We're gonna do. Well, we're gonna fight the big bug.
His taint is clean.
Nova Keloid scarring on my shins are acting up.
Oh. Nova Marines specialize in defense and wiping out minor Xenos empires. That based.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
Based.
So. All right. So the thing I was going to bring. Apparently, there is now something called stench maxing.
Stench maxing?
Yes, going without showers until absolutely you basically get beaten about the head and shoulders until you do it.
That sounds like a Fujoshi kind of thing. I'm not gonna lie.
Like, okay, don't get me wrong. There is something to be said about like letting things become like things in the general sense, like letting like say your kitchen go to seed and then fucking cleaning the shit out of it and getting that high out of shit I did that, rather than just like idly keeping it clean in a fashion that like removes that sense that you're achieving anything. But still, it's not the healthiest way to go about life. I know the mentality, but still. And also, we've got an abominable intelligence in chat.
Oh, we do?
Yeah.
It didn't.
Terrible spaceship.
It didn't show up in mine. Oh, he's got. Oh, I see. He's got the Banivator thing on. Hold on. He is now dead. Literally, like mods, skin him.
But yeah, like I get the mindset. It's just like, okay, but like not the best thing to do.
I don't. I just, as somebody that at times in their life literally had to go without cleaning themselves,
Yeah.
I do not get it.
But don't you miss the permadirt?
No. Bo.
What?
Hate mace.
Wait.
Hate mace.
Wait, is that actually?
Praise be to Space King.
Praise be to you. Oh, damn it. We lost some Cadians.
They were probably tainted anyway.
They didn't master their taint.
No, they did not. Didn't keep it clean, didn't master it. Some of these, Titus's voice sounds weird now.
It's the radio, I think.
I don't know, I don't remember it sounding like that before.
Man, I need to make a Marine that looks like Hate Monger now.
I'm trying to decide which one I want to do. Just based on the helmet, it's probably going to be, the Joe Space Marine.
Buddy over there. I think we got him. Except for, like, the fucking fields of grass that they keep planting at our feet.
They've really turned that up lately.
They have. They really have.
Yeah.
Even at the lowest level, it's gotten a little stupid at this point.
Your silence, Valius. How is your morale?
Hey, big boy. Hey, Bob.
What?
I would share my
Bob.
Bob?
Look at Bob up there. Look. There's Bob.
Oh. Yeah, it's Dreadbro.
Aw, that was cute.
He's just living his best life right now.
His best mostly dead, right?
His best afterlife.
He's mostly dead, which means a little bit alive. If he was completely dead, you know what you do, right?
I'm not
He's
dead. Found a Space Marine. I'm not dead.
Go through his pockets and look for loose change.
What the fuck? Oh, okay, you can come down here. I didn't know you could. I didn't know you could come down this way.
Which way are you trying to come, Ash?
Down and from...
A little left, I think.
Ah.
Dreadbro up there just having way too much fun.
But yeah, like, I was listening to, like, the party dialogue for a moment, and, like, one of them's like, you're being real quiet recently. And it's like, oh, yeah, I've been just reflecting on some things, but, like, I realize you prefer the quiet. I don't know. The brothers are so considerate.
But yeah, apparently somebody has sold these young men doing this stench thing that women like a more masculine scent that you get from not showering for 2 or 3 days. And I'm like, no.
Well, somebody does, but it ain't women.
Nah, what women like is when you, like, do that, but then mask it entirely with just, like, an absurd amount of Axe body spray.
This is just my personal experience, but you know what smell women seem to like the most on a man? Soap. No kidding. The number one thing, it's like soap, laundry detergent, fabric softener.
Yeah, I got the Tyranid goo in me.
Yeah, I bet you did.
I mean, I don't really concern myself with that. What I do concern myself with is what does my body wash smell like? Because, like, I kind of sample that. I feel like, does this smell
I would assume gay men are pretty discerning about stuff like that.
I'm more discerning than Bo. Bo barely washes his chain.
What?
Dude, come on, man.
Shut the actual fuck up, Ash.
Is he
He's all like, I don't know, I don't care. I just use dish soap to wash my hands and body, and I'm all like,
what the fuck are you talking about? You actual psychopath.
And I'm all like, why do you only use dish soap? Why don't you, like, check the body washes? I have this one that smells kind of like cookie, but it's like, okay, it's funny. It's coffee scented, but I remember being like, that smells like cookies. Yeah, I'm getting that.
Cookie scented body wash. I don't know how I feel about that.
I use a bar of Dial soap.
Oh hey, Zeph. Grats on 23 months.
Hey, Zeph.
We are one away from the big 2.
But yeah, it's like just wash your ass, man.
Yeah.
It doesn't take long.
Oh no, the reason why I'm so like picky about it is because like ultimately speaking, you wash your body for yourself. It's cringy to be like, oh, I'm doing this purely for another person. It's like, it's your body.
Yeah.
You're the pilot of that meat Gundam. You fucking wash it. You keep it clean.
I'm sorry.
You pick something that you like the smell of.
Yeah, I'm laughing at Meat Gundam too.
Yeah, the meat Gundam. That's great. I like that. Also known as Attack on Titan.
But it's like, guy, you know, but it's like, yeah, first of all, you have to do it for yourself, like Ash said. But if you are looking to have somebody in your life, she don't want to smell ass.
Yeah.
Unless she's into that, but like that's
a whole nother thing.
That's a whole other can of worms, yeah. Like,
or can of ass.
Yeah, ass-scented body wash. So
somebody would buy it. Somebody would buy it.
Hey, Krypton.
Look. I could imagine somebody being like, okay, I can't find ass-scented body wash, so I'll buy a bottle of liquid ass. It's literally just like a stink solution that smells like ass. And then like make a fucking body wash or soap with that.
As the great sage of our time, Tariq Nasheed in his Holy Spirit form K-Flex sang, wash yo ass.
It is.
Yeah,
Tariq Nasheed's the guy who like has been trying to promote his fetish as like history,
right? The buck breaking guy. Yeah, I think so.
But I mean, literally, I was laying in a dentist chair, and the dental assistant comes over and she leans down. She goes, "You smell so nice. It's like soap and fabric softener." It's like the true scent to attract. But I'm like, oh my god, why do you people exist? Oh, where's Ash's boy? He's got to be here somewhere.
Does he have the mustache, or is he like the skin suit dude? Skin suit dude.
Ah, it's too bad.
He's a chain stealer.
What, do you want me to?
He got rid of the mustache because mustaches get in the way of reproduction as chain stealers.
I literally just realized that Pantsmonger is a play on Gene Stealer. I was
right!
I was this many years old.
Yeah.
That may actually be the only clever thing that fucking retard ever did.
I thought pants. Okay, I won't lie. For a moment there, when you said pantsmonger, I was like, "That sounds like hate monger. That must be part of Space King."
No, Ash. Our boat knows who I mean.
Oh shit! Over here?
Yep, over here.
Ow!
They're stacking up. Get up from the hive tyrant is on its way. But it is a horde of signals between you and it. Take it for a walk. You have its attention. It is moving to intercept. Apply more pressure.
Idiots. Throw yourself upon the enemy. Oh, we got some up behind us. I'll try to square them away.
I don't remember them coming from behind on this, like, this wave
Oh
formation.
shit! Yeah, yeah. I don't remember that either. That's new. No. Stupid bug.
Stay on target.
They're too close.
Stay on target.
Yeah, I still want to see what that what the timeline was like when George Lucas decided to stick with used car salesman C-3PO. Like,
I mean,
like what changed?
It's like Hades, but not evil.
Somebody literally took a look at it and said, George, what? That's so retarded.
Well, I mean, the reason, like we were saying, the reason 3PO is a British butler accent is because Lucas ultimately liked more what Anthony Daniels did with how he played it in the suit, so he got Daniels to do the voice work and keep the butler act. But the idea was that C-3PO was going to be more like a used car salesman.
Yeah, I'm really glad they didn't roll with that.
I like to think that's one of those butterfly effect things where like because he decided to stick with, you know, C-3PO like a used car salesman, it caused like, I don't know, World War III and an alien invasion or some shit, you know?
Nah, Hades in the Hercules Disney animated movie was portrayed more like an English butler. Because if you'll remember, he wasn't originally going to be portrayed as a used car salesman, but then I think it was you know, his VA, proceeded to be like used car salesman.
You know what? That's probably exactly what happened now that I think about it. And that cost World War III somehow.
Hate the mace. Hate it. Hate the mace.
No lube.
God.
Is that like modded in, or is that actually like a base?
That's modded in from
The mod adds new weapon skins and new weapons. So like my Stormbolter here, new weapon added by the mod.
Ah, that's actually pretty cool.
I think that's such a crazy ass rate of fire.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, it's
the OG bolter version of like a squad automatic. Oh, Ravener. Eisenhower was better. You're a scrub. Carswall ain't gonna fuck you. I'm sorry. I was making the fucking the Eisenhorn series jokes.
I'm reminded of like the weird like the memes that are that like, you know, the car plays memes.
Oh yeah. Man, fucking Eisen for as much as a badass as look, fucking Ravener is like he had badass moments, but I'm gonna be honest. Boy,
kind of a bitch.
He's kind of a bitch, yeah.
I found them a little boring and tedious, to be honest. The Ravener ones.
I finally finished Ravenor's first novel like a little while back. But I won't lie, that was so many starts and stops, so very many. I was like, not interested, dropped, picked it up. Okay, I made progress, not interested, dropped. You were gonna say, honey?
They have a very different flow and tone from the Eisenhorn books. I feel like if you go into them expecting the same flow and tone of Eisenhorn, you're really going to be really disappointed. But I don't think they're bad books. I will say, though, fucking Ravener himself is, you know, absolutely sauceless. Like, a guy gets fucking mad that, like, you know, oh god, I want to fuck Kara so much, but I can't because I'm a burnt corpse in a floating chair and I don't have a dick.
I smell like feet wrapped in rubbery burnt bacon.
Yeah.
Find yourself a handsome dude who you can wear like a skin glove and then do the deed. Yeah, seriously.
Ask Nail. He won't mind. He's like,
yeah.
I don't fucking care, man. I don't think about that psychic shit you do. I'm just the guy.
Instead, he gets bitchy at Nail because Nail's actually like, schmoozing.
Yeah. He's like, oh, right, no. All right, no, I forgot. She was fucking that doctor in that series. I forgot about that.
One of the things that annoys me most about a book is when one of the central tenets, i.e. Ravener's disability, is brought up over and over and over. We know.
Yeah, he really does complain about it a lot in that series. And I can kind of understand, considering he was literally like the guy to be like one of the top Inquisitors ever. And then, you know, the Thracian atrocity happened, and he got turned into like a, you know, fucking burnt sausage in a fucking floating chair.
Yeah, but it's like that is, I guess, probably one of the chief complaints about a lot of Black Library series that go on. And don't get me wrong, I love the Kane series, but he repeats stuff. They repeat stuff.
That is actually my biggest problem with the writing in the Kane books. Much as I love them, it really
I'm a hiver and the coin dropped.
My palms tingled.
Yeah. I'm an average swordsman. Oh, I'm actually a coward. It's like, dude, okay, yeah, we get it, man. Bro, calm down.
I mean, to be fair, his imposter syndrome is like 90% of his character.
Also, he
Right.
like, whoa, bye.
Ooh,
Oh, we're stuck.
that
We're
pissed him
fucking
off.
it up.
Oh, Jesus, we just ate his
I know-
ass for lunch. Oh, here
I
comes
know this was on fucking level 1.
This is two. I think that makes him more susceptible to damage when I pop that chaplain ability, but I'm not 100% certain. Because he went down like the prom queen, man.
Yeah, hey, Carla was the prom queen.
Bring it over here. Bring it over here. Never mind. I'll just blap him with my plasma rifle.
Yeah, I dropped a melt bomb at his feet and set it off. He was still in range.
Yeah. I don't mind, like, dealing with, like, Kane's whole thing because, like, a major, like, conceit of the story is that this is basically his unedited, unfucking proofread, like, candid memoirs. And then, like, they got stolen by his, like, girlfriend, and she's like, yeah, I guess I'll do some editing, but damn, does he kind of suck at this?
I mean, she's specifically being chosen to edit them because there's a lot of shit that can't be released because of some of the stuff he did, especially for the Inquisition.
Yeah, she literally, as soon as she found out, she put him under inquisitorial seal. So
Yeah, yeah. She had to go through them and like look, we can't have Kane openly saying, all right, so demons,
I do them. But yeah, and I think it's like I said, it's that's probably the one thing about that series. It's like, okay, dude, we get it, and I get it. People jump in the middle of a series, but then it's like, generally, if they found out they're in the middle of a series, they go back to the beginning.
Yeah.
They read it through in order. So
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is something I was talking about in my article about, how Games Workshop's going to be in trouble if they don't shape up before Gundam Assemble comes out next year. Part of the problem with 40K lore, it's really kind of obtuse to get into, like, the story, And, like, I'd say the one with the clearest shot is Horus Heresy, because, it is a singular book series. But every time people are recommended Horus Heresy, they're given the most convoluted read orders and shit,
that is actually part of the problem to me, is people end up with that bitched up reading order for Horus Heresy.
Okay, I'm playing Jump Guard Intercessor.
Honestly, they should have just called it Vanguard.
That would have been a little easier, huh?
Yeah, because Stern Guard are like the tactical marine version of a veteran, where Vanguard are the jump pack version. They should have just called it, they should have just called it Vanguard, but they didn't. I'm gonna stick with Devastator for now, though.
And I'm gonna do something to make sure I trigger bow every time I can.
Oh,
I'm gonna switch to the Pyre Blaster. Oh, is that like a whole ass new weapon?
yes.
Yeah, it's like the one you use in the story mission.
Probably shouldn't use it then. Just for progress's sake. Just in case.
Oh, it's just in case, like, using the wrong kind of weapon won't let you do the thing.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that's a concern. So I'm gonna, I don't know. What do you recommend? Heavy bolt rifle or plasma for Jump Guard Intercessor?
Well, remember, you can roll with whatever you want.
Oh no, he's being cautious in case using a modded weapon will, like, break the thing.
It didn't. I used the same 3 weapons for every class. It didn't affect me at all.
Okay. Oh right, there's the Melta. I couldn't find the Melta for some reason. That's what I'll use.
The smelter rifle?
Old, yes, old, or as we should start calling it Old Reliable.
I mean, look. I'm gonna be like launching myself into like, the business of my enemies. So I need to be able to like melt them in the face.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna drive Bo crazy because I'm gonna keep summoning Cadians, and he's gonna freak trying to defend him.
Oh, Cadia.
I just.
Oh, Canadia.
Oh, Canadia.
Your maple leaves are so red.
That'd be fun. That'd be kind of funny if the Canadian national anthem was copyrighted and I just got muted.
Well, no one Trudeau, probably would.
You know what this tells me, honey? This helmet for with like the Imperial Fist colors tells me.
What?
Let's just say a period is just any other day of the week.
Oh my god.
He finally starts using like canon chapters instead of his weird. Oh, I see it. The red face. He finally starts using actual sensical chapter designs instead of like that thing he does where he's got the blood raven shoulder and stolen bits of everyone else's gear. But he starts doing it and then he starts throwing the jokes on.
A real man loves his woman every day of the month.
I need to share that clip I made from our SWOTOR stream with Zeph.
Oh,
he might like it or hate it.
No, he'll hate it. He'll hate it because it's directly shitting on Mandalore.
Oh, when we were fighting the Mandalorians?
Nah, it was sort of. It was the one where I was like, is Boba Fett's screen time a 2000s knockoff of the Fast and the Furious movies? And you're just like, wait, what?
Shh. Listen, you can hear it. Shh. It's Zeph reeing.
Yeah, I can hear him saying "re."
I always love that tactic for my humor sometimes. I'll ask you the most, out of nowhere question that will be so fucking confusing that you'll be forced to be like, what? And that encourages my response.
You should make a secondary account on, X and just devote it to that. Just asking the most dumb shit nonsensical questions just to see who engages.
Honestly, that sounds like a pathway to 1 million followers, and
it really does. It really does.
Transmissions are not reaching the astropathic relay station.
So what you're saying is I should sexually harass you on a sock puppet?
No. Oh!
You're saying you don't want to be sexually harassed by your boyfriend?
Hey EA. First of all, hey EA, how you doing? Second of all, I accidentally brought the rapid fire plasma incinerator.
Oh no.
Oh, this is gonna be good. Hello. Oh, this motherfucker overheats quick though.
What a concept. The thing firing the power of the sun overheats quickly.
That said, I've got my
save the Cadians. Save the Cadians.
Get in there, hon. You're their best hope.
Help me, Canadian Obi-Wan. You're my only hope.
Who just fucking hit me?
You bitch. Are there any left?
No, there's not. God damn it.
One of them just fucking turned around and whipped a dude to death. It was the most horrid thing ever. It's like, excuse me.
Oh, I fucking rinsed that guy, Christ.
I'll tell you, the combination of... Because I finally finished leveling up my... the gauntlets.
Mm-hmm.
They're actually finally worth having now. Actually hit worth a shit.
You had to level them up entirely,
wait, does this thing have
they finally are worth it.
Does this thing have infinite ammo? It does! But I think if I overheat, I actually damage myself. Hold on.
You know, honey.
Oh, it
earlier
does.
Okay.
Okay, when this thing overheats, it actually fucking damages me. I have no armor right now.
Really?
Yeah. Anyway.
Damn.
You know, honey.
What?
earlier today when you were like, can I stream 2 with you today?
I didn't.
It's so cute.
First of all, no, I was not like that. Second of all, I didn't want
Ash.
to.
Pointing his fingers together.
Ash, did he say uwu?
Yes.
Cool.
I hate all of you. I hate all of you. I hate all of you.
Love you, honey.
I love you too. I still hate you. And you see that. You're not.
cute as hell.
Shut up.
I made him blush.
I can kind of hear it, believe it or not.
Ow.
Bo going uwu.
Fuck all of you.
I should make a donation to the computer fund. Bo, you must say uwu 10 times in the stream.
No. God, I'd rather not have a computer at that rate.
Donate to the computer fund. The condition is that he has to add a new point redeem, the ooh woo redeem.
Oh God! You know what? It'd probably just be me doing like a super I can't believe I'm doing this kind of ooh woo. You know?
Ooh whoa.
It would be like the fucking Tauren. Ooh woo, are you happy now?
Yep, moo. Are you happy now?
Additional supplies secure.
Oh, y'all right there?
Huh?
I'm just talking to see
Yeah,
that.
the fist is so slow that literally the guy's jumping backwards as fast as I try to hit him. So, just shot him in the face.
I mean, hey, if it works. You know
The jump recharges a lot faster modded.
Yeah. As it should be. Honestly, okay, on the subject of special abilities for things this goes back to even fucking Skyrim. I always fucking hated how the Dragon Shout, the thing that they masturbated the most for that game, had a fucking glacial regeneration.
Literally, you use a thing that increases that significantly, just because, yeah, it's so annoying. Not enough that you can spam it, but...
Yeah, I'm sorry. The main fucking, feature of a game should not have, a 5-minute cooldown or whatever the fuck that is. Yeah, okay, maybe a minute. Yeah, so, in a bit of, protracted combat, I get to use it maybe 5 times. But I still get to use it more than once per century.
I got the point. I'm just standing here blasting.
There's a Medicaid kit over here if somebody needs it.
I got one already, so
I think
go
I
ahead.
have one already. Will I?
Ow. Well, that sorcerer's fucking dead. Ow! Overheated my gun.
I fisted him as hard as I could.
But he could not fist them all.
No.
This thing is overpowered. Oh Jesus.
Still can't get over gives people an unfair advantage. A word said by people who didn't like a fucking mod for this game. It's it's not a mod that you play with people other than your
you can't
chums.
even PvP with it.
The only unfair advantage I can see is that it allows you to eschew the fucking grind and, wear the fucking armor that people are probably think they're prestigious for having.
I mean, the armor that literally everyone else has if they just, also play.
Does it even require higher difficulties to get?
No.
The only thing that does is some of the stuff that's Tyranid campaign specific.
Yeah, but you still gotta, yeah, and the stuff you gotta beat certain difficulties to unlock. But you still need to beat those difficulties with the mod to unlock them. It doesn't give you everything. The mod used to, but they took that out. I think that was part of the condition of like, you know.
It was literally,
like, working,
hey, if
you know, the mod team working with the dev team.
Well, you already know my conspiracy theory about that. So
they're just testing stuff.
Yeah, it's literally the mod is just, hey, what do they like to play?
I get the distinct feeling of that. Some of the shit feels like, oh, this is the beta run.
These little bastards, the Gauntlets of Ultramar, really work well for that. Like the little Ravliks or whatever.
The Zangors.
Zangors?
Yeah. They just beat shit at it. I mean, like, one shot usually takes them out.
I mean, to be fair, nobody likes Zangors. Not even Thousand Sons players like Zangors.
I was gonna say. I think Zanglors like Zanglors.
7 fucking buying fucking Thousand Sons mini boxes is like 7,000 fucking Zangors.
Heard you were talking shit up on your disc.
Altar exposed. Cast down.
My armor is contempt.
What? Wait.
Target destroyed.
Why do I have a shield?
Oh, you get one.
Actually, yeah, why the fuck do you have a shield? What the hell?
No, every class gets one now.
They do?
Yeah, you pull it out of your asshole. Quite literally.
Huh.
Yeah, you get a shield.
Oh, another stem. Somebody wants it.
I fucking noticed that, like, when I blocked at one point, wait, was that a shield?
I think because it's tied to some of the weapons.
Ah, okay.
So it's really quite.
Well, it might
though.
actually be a perk, you know, like the one for the blade guard to get rid of their shield.
Yeah, I've never seen. Yeah, it seems like it comes automatically.
Yeah, I honestly, I kind of prefer blade guard without the shield when it's modded. It's a lot of fun.
You know, this is like you and Paladin and fucking, like, in Final Fantasy 14 being like, I want that fucking, like, shield that you can get that makes your shield invisible.
Well, it looks cool. Oh, I fucking blew myself up again.
I mean, to be fair, if developers would finally acknowledge that shields are equal parts defense and melee weapon, you know, people would like them more.
Oh, you mean, I have a sword and a shield, but if I had 2 swords, I could attack twice as much.
An actual fucking line in the Percy Jackson novels, which, whatever. I can appreciate what Riordan was trying to do with that series, but fucking, like... Okay, so this came up in, I think, a novel series that I read from England called the Alex Verus series. But at one point, the main character, like, commented about the idea of, like, dual-wielding weapons. And he basically said, it's not as efficient as people think it is in the movies, because your brain does not work that way, you know, for, like, wielding 2 things at once. It's easier to wield 1 weapon with both hands than it is to wield 2 weapons and act like you're doing them, like, in this efficient thing. So more often than not, if somebody is wielding an offhand weapon, it's like a parrying dagger or something like that. You know, it's essentially not your main attack weapon. It's something to deflect and to parry.
The Emperor's New Shield. There's another one you can get too with fucking, what do you call it? There's another one you can also get with the fucking Dave and Buster's that you can go to. Oh, hey, Dread Bro. He's just chilling.
That's why there's not much left here. He just like basically beat fuck out of everything.
Gold Saucer. That's what I meant. Gold Saucer.
What? Dave and Buster's. What the fuck is Dave and Buster's?
You never heard of David Buster's?
It's like
If you
an,
are
I know what that is.
it's
must
kind of
be.
it's kind of like an adult version of Chuck E. Cheese. That's the best way to describe it.
That is absolutely an American thing. I'm sorry.
It is.
Like, we do not have that up here.
You see, I've had that stuck in my head ever since, Asmongold played Final Fantasy XIV, and he was like, we got to Gold Saucer for the first time. I was like, oh, it's a Dave and Buster's.
Like,
David Buster's is like a giant super arcade. Yeah, primarily for it's primarily for adults. People, I'm taking my kids, bitch. Don't even pretend.
so it's like,
Oh.
it's basically like adults with maybe like some like big titty women like in Hooters.
No.
What makes it adult?
Namely, mostly the presence of beer.
Yeah, there's beer, stuff like that, and a lot of the games tend towards the older games.
Hey, look who followed us in. Hey, Dreadbro.
Dreadbro!
I love Dreadbro.
No, Dreadbro! No! Dreadbro!
No, see that? He must hold the line. He must hold the line. Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute.
Goodbye.
I keep forgetting to summon shit to fight with us.
Bye, Dreadbro. I keep forgetting to put my shield up, so I know how you feel.
Bye.
Oh, the heroic spirit shield is PvP. My bad. I fucked up.
Heroic Spirit Shield. Is it a boat?
I get that. I get that joke. Yeah. Yeah. So we were talking about the Nasu verse the other day, right? See that? You know, like Fate Stay Night and all them.
Oh, yeah?
So in those anime or in that setting, well, I mean, okay, one of the things about Arthurian lore, now you know what guardsman, you know what Pridwen is, right? The shield of King Arthur.
Yes.
It is also a boat.
Didn't know that part.
Well, in Fate Stay in Fate Grand Order,
Fate lore.
in Fate lore, you can summon Summer Mordred, who carries Pridwen as her noble phantasm. It is a shield and a surfboard.
That sounds almost wrong in a way. I'm not
Okay.
gonna lie.
It's from one of the summer events. Those are questionably canon. They're mainly there to be like funny.
Yeah, so like a summer servant will usually be like a servant who's like typically summoned more seriously, but like in this case they'll basically like have like maybe a swimsuit on, like there's two summer variants of Saber, her alter version and her normal version. Her normal version shoots a water pistol, and her summer version or her alter version rides her motorcycle on water. And I think
That said, the saber bike is canon.
yeah, the Saber bike is canon because Saber can convert any like vehicle into like a mount as necessary because she has the riding stat.
She can also walk on water because of a Lady of the Lake's blessing, and because of that, she can't swim.
Yeah,
She never.
I want to say.
I mean, she doesn't need to swim, so she never learned how.
I want to say she's seen in either the Unlimited Blade Works route trying to swim or
It's Hollow-Ataraxia.
Hollow-Ataraxia, yeah.
Get behind me! Nobody asked. There.
But yeah, like, Fate will often, like, because it's operating off of mythology, it will often, like, if mythology is inconsistent on the subject, it will fuck with that. So, like, Pridwen is inconsistently a shield or a boat in Arthurian lore, so they're just fucking with that. And because Clarent came from Arthur's personal, vaults, and that's how, Mordred got Clarent. Mordred just taking her dad's shit whenever she needs something. It's just part of the joke.
Kind of like your kid borrowing your car.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, next.
I actually kind of like that aspect of, like, it comes and it goes. Like, sometimes iterations of characters are like, while it's an unfair, portrayal, like, Fionn McCool is kind of a womanizer and a twat. And I think that's mostly his...
That's pretty close to the lore.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah. Marie Antoinette, however, is portrayed as basically being kind of like an airhead, but a sweet airhead. She's a main character in the Orleans arc, and she goes up against her fucking executioner, who's a servant you can summon, and the dude's basically like, "Did I make you wet when I chopped your head off?" And she's like, "I appreciate that you were fascinated with me, but I can't reciprocate your love because it's kind of weird. But do understand that I love you all the same."
Well, I mean, that's actually kind of accurate, though. She wasn't really, she was portrayed as evil by, by the French Revolution, but
yeah,
she was kind of just an airhead.
She was for looks.
Yeah,
pretty much.
And
like, okay,
another
she
thing,
had some like.
Another thing to remember, her line "let them eat cake" had nothing to do with, because it was portrayed as her being so uncaring of, the poor, when really she was like, her statement really boiled down to, well, why aren't we helping them? We have the money to help these people. Why aren't we?
Yeah,
also,
another
it's
take I had.
Questionably historical, but anyways.
Yeah, there was one of the things I read was the fact that cake flour and bread flour were two different things. Well, there's no flour to make bread. Well, then why not make cake?
Yeah.
I mean, she literally did not understand that there couldn't be something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because she had never been without.
She never had privation before.
It's also worth noting that, like, she and her husband actually were working to, like, reduce spending. But the problem is that Versailles and everything around that had to do with, like, the very, 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 like, overly involved aristocracy of France. Like, the idea was a whole bread and circuses thing. They overspent on that. Because they were trying to, like, keep the fucking, aristocrats from, like, freaking out.
The aristocrats.
And the French Revolution was as involved with, like, aristocrats as it was by anybody else. Like, there was no discrimination in who the French Revolution killed. But it certainly had a lot of aristocrats involved in, starting it.
Well, remember,
because it gave them a position, probably a chance to bump up the chain, so to speak.
Yep. I mean, and always remember, the French are so good at losing that when they launched their revolution to overthrow the aristocracy, they failed so hard at it that they overthrew the aristocracy and installed an emperor.
I always find that aspect of French history hilarious. Not just that, like, they went through an empire and 5 republics and like 13 constitutions over the span of 100 years.
At least the British learned very quickly. We're gonna overthrow the king! Rah! Hey, this sucks. Fuck it, let's go get a king again.
It doesn't help that fucking Cromwell was fucking like absolute garbage.
He was a garbage tier human. Completely.
He was worse in every way than any king or queen had ever been. Because okay, so there was like a whole thing recently in England, I want to say, where like a politician had a major gaffe because he proceeded to be like, I'm just gonna hang a portrait of like Oliver Cromwell in this like diplomatic meeting room.
Oh my god.
Oh Jesus.
He did this right before having a meeting with like the I think the president or whatever of like Ireland. Oliver Cromwell.
Jesus. Cromwell was a son of a bitch to the Irish.
Yeah, Cromwell actually was a piece of shit towards the Irish. Like, he's more to blame for the situation that created the troubles than like, the monarchy ever was.
Oh my, yeah, that's just, wow.
If memory serves, the dude was like made that change over and above having a portrait of like the monarch. He's like, I choose not to have the monarch. We'll have this man who represents republicanism or some shit like that. It's like, are you stupid?
Yes.
You're a politician, so I assume so. Fucking the hell.
That's what happens when you let your ideology override your common sense and knowledge.
Yeah. By the way, what's everyone playing?
Okay, that's. Oh, okay.
I'm gonna go as apothecary. So.
Okay, I've switched on to Reaver, so yeah, because I'm trying to like get each one out of the way. I've done heavy to my knowledge, but like I haven't done Reaver, Blade Guard, or Eliminator. So
okay, so I'm probably gonna switch because you're playing something else now. I'm gonna do Stern Guard.
Yeah, even I know that about Cromwell. Oh my god.
It's like, hello, would you like to cause a diplomatic incident?
But again, it's just that it reminds me of when Obama, his first gift to Queen Elizabeth II.
What was it?
An iPod full of his speeches.
Oh, that's
wow.
That's not.
And I'm sure she looked right at it with, that's nice.
That is not.
That's nice, dear.
That's not conceited at all.
Right? It's like, oh.
I mean, if he just waited a little bit, he could have released his memoirs where he talks about how he simped after women in fucking college, and still didn't get that pussy.
Well, I mean, look, that's trying to protect against the accusations about, we will just say Big Mike.
Big Mike. Yeah, the Big Mike accusations.
What sword skin do I want to take into battle? This one. Space King wants our globules. Listen, no, it's like they're my globules until I die. Okay.
That's why I'm running apothecary with the hate mace.
We work hard, we play hard.
Oh shit! One moment. I need to check my.
Positive.
I need to check my bill. Yeah. Okay. And they changed up a lot. Hold on. They changed up some stuff. Enemies marked by Auspex scan cannot call for reinforcements. You know what? I'm just taking.
Yes, but Krypton, Mars needs moms bad.
God.
Okay.
And I'm doing this mainly because I don't know. I kind of like that 50% health increase you get with the apothecary in the party.
Right. All right. We're gonna do ballistic engine.
Doobie doobie doo.
I'm not sure how many of the classes use Phobos. I'm over here ho-coded in like this like cyber.
Sniper and
you're using the baseline, the base terms for the game. Vanguard and Sniper.
Don't you dare look at my glossy black McNuggies, honey.
What?
I'm in Phobos armor.
He's ho-coded.
Did you put on the Black Templar skin on purpose?
Yeah, you did.
I hate you.
Looked good in it.
Then again, look, if Black Templar is gonna be doing any kind of Vanguard Space Marines, it's gonna be the fucking Reavers.
Oh, get this, Ash.
What?
I've got this attachment on my shoulder. Should I drill his taint?
Yes.
Let the corruption out. Go get the peppermint oil.
I'm sorry for the beeping from my phone. I do have a grocery delivery showing up probably in the middle of the stream, so I'm gonna have to go get that. But yeah. So I gotta have my phone alerts turned on. I apologize for that.
No, I didn't.
Oh, shush, honey, it's fine.
Look, listen, I counted as scuff, okay? See that? Shut up.
It's just the random dropping of that annoys you, I think.
We'll hold position on you when your stuff comes, and
you will hold the line.
Yeah.
Okay, so I this time I did spawn with 4 med packs. So
weird.
I wish I could share them though. That's the part that sucks. Be like, here, bro. I'd been me a little more of an apothecary, you know.
Like,
that and the tank drill.
It's called an arthesium, okay?
Well, not up on my shoulder. It isn't.
Well, I mean, Primaris ones get Primaris apothecaries get them above their get a drill above their shoulder as well for some reason.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's how I have dubbed it the taint drill.
The taint tickler. You gonna make your brothers master their taint?
Did they make this fucking class faster on its feet? I feel like it runs faster now.
Yeah, it does feel like that, doesn't it?
I mean,
wow, I love your red armor, Ash.
What?
Advance one at a
Your armor's like you're so covered in fucking blood. Your armor's red.
Oh, damn.
Wait a moment, I'm looking for the skull. A med kit cannon to shoot med kits at teammates. That'd be cool. I remember.
Okay, yeah. That's I'll take that. Thanks.
Actually, you know what?
Give us the Mod Flanders treatment.
you know what? I remember from Eternal Crusade playing the apothecary class. Actually, kind of fun to play in that. Yeah, because
it's kind of fun to play in this because you can still pack all the firepower you need.
I kind of wish they'd do another game like Eternal Crusade. I thought it was look, warts and all. I thought it was fun.
Ammo box there.
Oh, that's a side room. Oh, here we go. Bugs incoming.
I mean, look. Games Workshop needs to get off their ass and start actually like doing, like, they have only really recently began making a major push with games. Up until now, it was like more of like a niche thing. And I get that they worry about their IP, which is why they should, I don't know, maybe make like some sort of an in-house, games storyline writing at least, if not developing company or something like that.
That was the rumor, is because since they've had a couple of banner years that they were going to kind of quietly start their own game studio.
They really want to do the whole LucasArts thing.
Oh yeah.
Now they tried that, and the problem is that their first attempt at television fell flat on its face. So they decided to look to a third party. You know, that's the whole Amazon thing. The first attempt was Warhammer Plus. Nobody liked that.
Well, we got a couple of Marine bros backing us up here.
Yeah. We had bugs upstairs. I was popping them. You'd like a Vindicare themed splitter cell? That'd be pretty cool. Like just.
Like, oh yeah, a stealth game.
Ash starts salivating.
Look. I think most people would be down for even just like a very socially social intrigue based Inquisition game.
He got the call off. Oh shit.
Like, I shit you not, you could make like a fucking like hive quote unquote hive based quote unquote open world Inquisition game based around like playing an Inquisitor, whether you're like a monodominant or an Amalathian, working with factions, working against factions.
Listen, this is what I've said before. Just do the Division with the Inquisition.
Hell, I'd be if they did the Division with Guardsmen.
Yeah.
I mean, just have Guardsmen.
Oh yeah, that would be fucking awesome.
Yeah, but I mean, like where you're the Division, but you're playing as like agents of the Inquisition. You know, foot sloggers, but inquisitorial foot sloggers. You know.
Yeah. The problem is that there'd be some overlap with Darktide.
It would depend. Well, I'm talking like a third-person shooter versus like Darktide's first person.
Okay.
More emphasis on RPG mechanics. Stuff like that.
Leveling and armor.
Idea. Make games dedicated to the side characters in the 597th. in like certain incidents, like the Gravelax incident. Here's my reason. Because you can justify it being tangential to Kane because he never writes about like that shit in actual detail.
You know what? I'm okay with this. Oh, actually, no. That could be like a campaign for a 40K Battlefield game, or like the campaign mode. He plays the 597, while doing their boots on the ground shit while Kane's off doing his hero act.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
I will die on the hill though that I think the best setting for a 40K Battlefield knockoff would be the Savant Worlds Crusade.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's designed for it basically. Someone
just and it definitely keeps a lot of the. That's why I suggest Gaunt's Ghost to people.
Yeah. Because
it keeps it kind of on a level you can relate to if you don't really know 40K.
I'm gonna mark him and then blap him. Get him!
Oh. Okay. I started having to load and was like, well, I guess I'm meleeing now.
And that's why I say, okay, first of all, let's do Gaunt's Ghost or Kane. And the reason Kane is because you get an introduction to almost everything 40K while keeping it kind of in a quote-unquote human perspective.
Yeah. It's like...
something if you don't know, you don't have to learn a bunch of shit to know it. And that's my only problem with the first 5 books of the Horus Heresy are great, and then it goes completely neurotic, trying to figure out what to read.
Yeah.
And yeah, you could read them in order if you hate yourself. Like I did.
Now, you see, I'm a read order purist, so I'm always going to say read order. I think half what turns people off to Horus Heresy is everybody gives these convoluted ass read orders. It's like, just release order. It's like episode 1, bro,
But imagine, I mean, again, if you don't really know the lore, you knew the lore probably pretty well when you read it.
Well, I mean, that's why I just don't recommend you start off with Horus Heresy.
No, period. I don't either. And I see so many people you'll see them on Facebook. Hey, I want to read. What should I? Oh, Horus Heresy. No, don't do that.
Do not do that.
Yeah, we don't do that here. What are you
supposed to recommend to the horse girls? Getting into
oh my God,
Warhammer.
The joke was awful. The joke was awful.
So yeah, I always say, okay, just go either Kane or Gaunt's Ghost. And make sure you buy the omnibus editions. I like having the buy the omnibus. You don't want to go broke, okay?
Yep.
Because what is it? Gaunt's is what? 10, 15 books just by itself?
Before you start factoring in side stories like, say, the Iron Snakes, Double Eagle, Titanicus.
The Volpone, just all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Sony Pony Blue Bloods.
Yeah, I think my Sony Pony, I gotta remember that one. That's good. I gotta do that to Badger sometime, man. It just get him all fucking frothing at the mouth.
Okay, since you're not as down with the lingo, see that the Sony Pony is a derogatory term for a PlayStation fan.
Oh God, yeah, because all I could think of was like some kind of My Little Pony takeoff.
It's like walking up to a PlayStation fan and being all like, one game.
I don't know why. It doesn't even matter.
Yeah. Before we get muted, we should stop. But yeah.
I'll stop.
I know, but still.
Fucking, yeah, our buddy Peter fucking hates Sony Ponies. Like, he will go on rants about them. And he knows more than a few, terms for, fucking with them. Sony Pony is the one we can say on stream.
Yeah, it is.
Let's just say.
There's another one. You know what? See that? Remind me to tell you after stream, okay?
Okay.
And it mostly amounts to the fact that,
Lictor.
Even though we're, way past what I'd say, the console wars, Sony Ponies will be all like, oh, yes, the Sony PlayStation, it's so good that we've got these, timed exclusives. I love beta testing these games.
I love smashing my nuts in a steel door.
It is funny to say to PlayStation fans who are all like, you know, who are all like, oh, we got it first, and it comes out and it's crap, and it comes out in CD and a PC and it's fixed. And the PC I fucked up. And PC fans
Okay, pap.
And PC fans will say to Sony fans, thanks for beta testing.
Yeah, I mean, Ghost of Tsushima is a perfect example of that. God, we are so OP, right? Between you with the rapid fire plasma and 2 melta-guns.
Oh, look, someone has to be able to reach out and touch him at further than 3 feet, you know?
I mean, I won't lie, I did salivate a little bit when I saw that big fucking mass of bodies. It was like, oh.
Fucking Ash over here like Dracula flow. I got where I am through violence. I'm thankful for it.
Look, let's just say I suddenly understood the perspective of the Tyranids who are like, oh shit, big mass of biomass. And I'm like, oh, big mass of bullet sponges.
You're running up to all them Tyranids. Y'all are crabs in a bucket, and I got Old Bay seasoning.
I had a joke that I was like, I want you to know, honey. I sat there and was like, thinking of like ways I could phrase it that would be compliant with Twitch, and I'm like,
none of them worked, huh?
Yeah, I was like, no. Even that's still not subtle enough. You know, I won't. I will spare Bo and myself.
The ban. Yeah, thank you, honey. I appreciate that.
I don't know why, when you grab the little Tyranid, the little Hormigons, you throw them on the ground and then step on them. That's like one of my favorite kill animations.
Deal with them swiftly. We will not get another shot at this.
We're waiting for which way the bugs come from.
Bugs. Like seagulls.
I have to wonder, how do fucking Tau fans feel about that image out there of the fucking Space Marine just taking away the Tau dude's rifle?
Probably mad.
He's like, I see that all the time, and I'm like, wait, is that official art? Is that makes it?
Yeah, no, that's official art. That's official art. It's kind of there was kind of a thing in 8th and 9th edition where every time an army got a new codex, they would release new art of the Tau getting shit mixed by that army.
Why? That's hilarious. But why?
Ow!
It's almost like the fucking artists were like, I don't like the Tau.
I really think there is a pretty big air of not liking Tau in Games Workshop. They when it comes to Xenos book releases, they generally get the worst books.
I don't even know, with the size of my collection, I don't even know if I have a Tau book. I have 527 books. I don't know if any of them are Tau.
I know of 3 authors who have written about Tau. Phil Kelly is the main Tau guy. When the Tau are being written about directly as the main characters he's writing, and he sucks. If it's tangentially about Tau, it seems to primarily be written by either Sandy Mitchell, meaning it's a Caiaphas Cain book, or it's by oh fuck, the guy who did the guy who did Firecast, Peter Fehevari.
And I'm about to say Peter Venkman. I was like, I don't think that was him.
But Fehevari and Mitchell are both good. They're both really good. Phil Kelly fucking sucks, and he's their main Tau writer.
Man, okay, so fucking The only book by Sandy Mitchell that like contained Tau that like contained them to any real fashion that was like meaningful was the first fucking Kane novel. Fucking like For the Greater Good opens on like, you know, like a conflict with the Tau, and then they get like tracked down by like some fucking mechs, and they're like, oh shit, you're Kiathas Kane. We have a need for you. And then like they were like, oh
Breeding
shit.
stuff.
They're all like, oh shit, diplomatic interaction. And then like the rest of the novel takes place on a Mechanicus Forge world, and almost has nothing to do with the Tau. It like literally For the Greater Good has basically nothing to do with the Tau past like the first 5 minutes.
I don't know. I don't like to hate on any faction because they all have their uses. But Tau are just basic bitch. I'm sorry. No people do that about Space Marines.
The problem with Tau, and I've ranted about this at length other times.
Is this the fact that they shouldn't actually exist?
Well, no, it's not that they shouldn't exist. It's that GW fucking, hamstrung the faction at inception with the fact their FTL sucks. So they can't really go anywhere that's not Tau space. So unless you set it in Tau space, you can't really have a Tau story. And this ultimately limits the Tau's impact on a galactic scale. So basically, Tau stories are can't be very creative as a result, because where you can actually set them is more limited than any other faction. You know?
Well, again, I think it's the Tau that literally, I mean, if the Imperium wanted to, it would just destroy them.
I mean, that literally almost happened with the first Damocles Gulf Crusade. And then,
I know, but it's like they exist because of plot armor.
Yeah, and then it's always kind of like, because that is a consequence of the fact that Tau can't leave their space, because you have to have the enemies come to the Tau, but the Tau have to win if they don't want to be wiped out, and that's the problem, you know.
That would make a very difficult writing assignment.
Yeah.
Brace the shockwave.
Kaboom!
Yeah, it's like, I don't have a problem with the Tau. I find their initial inception led to way too many insufferable fans who are really only into them because they don't want to be into like, the evil quote-unquote factions.
Oh god, yeah, when they're up their own ass about
right,
the politics.
Okay. I coined the term for that. It's safe grimdark. It's safe, like safe horny. It's safe grimdark. Like there's Tau fans who, you know what, they get into the Tau because they're like, I like mecha. Tau have mecha. You know what? I get that, and as a Gundam fan, I totally respect that. But then there's the people who are like, well, they're the good guys of 40k, so I'm going to get into them. And then they refuse to ever listen to the actual Tau lore, where the Tau are arguably more awful than the Imperium, if only because they have a choice not to be like that, but they do it anyway.
Somebody called it a Tau, called them Tau FAGs.
Oh yeah, no, no. That,
it's like, wow.
That's an ancient ass 4chan term.
Is it?
For it. Yeah.
That's what I think. It sounded like a 4chan slur, so, which is why I laughed at it.
But yeah, it's like that's like, and then the thing too with Tau is everyone says, well, Tau were hated when they came out because they were the good guys. And people said it wasn't grim dark enough, so they had to retcon it, and it was like, no, that's not what happened. People hated the Tau when they came out in 3rd edition because they were the epitome of anti-fun to play against.
I'm gonna do a quick bathroom break. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I'll be right back. I'll be right back too, everyone. So hold up.
Do. Like, make no mistake, if you just happen to like, say, like Tau because you like the idea of mecha and stuff like that, and you like their sleek designs, by all means. But the problem, like, on the whole, is when you hang your politics on it and make it like a whole thing, because you can always tell when people are doing that. Especially when, as Bo described, they basically be like, oh, that was a retcon, a grimdark retcon. It's like, no, that was a grimdark expansion. Get it through your skull that adding content to something is not a retcon. That's just a further expansion. Like, that's kind of the thing people don't get when it comes to, like, the term retcon, which stands for retroactive continuity. That's like, if you're going along with a story, and then, like...
I'm back.
Hey, honey. A retcon is like when you're going along with a story, and you more or less have written yourself into a fucking, a fucking corner, and then you just go back and say, oh, well, this is a thing, and it always was a thing. Like, a really good example of a fucking, like, well-known fucking retcon was back in the day, there was this drama series known as Dallas. And there was
I know where this is going.
Yeah, so, like, there was a student who, at the end of a season, gets shot. And for, like, the next season afterwards, like, this whole drama, who killed JR?
Mm-hmm.
And
I'm back. Also, I know the story too, but go ahead.
Eventually, they get to the end of all this, and then all of a sudden, a character wakes up from a dream, and she starts mentioning to another dude, she had, like, all these experiences, and, like, she was so confused, and he's like, what are you talking about, honey? That never happened. In fact, who's this character that you're talking about?
Yeah, that's what happens. He's like, who's JR? And it just ends on that note, like it was all a dream.
My mother was a Dallas fanatic back in the day. I don't know if I've ever seen her that pissed at much of anything in my life. She hated that ending. She thought it was so... You gotta understand, she thought JR was her favorite character, too.
Oh, Jesus. I feel sorry for her.
No. You gotta understand, he was such a son of a bitch. But he was literally the only one that you knew exactly what he was gonna do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All the rest of them tried to pretend to be nice or pretend to be cool or something like that. JR was just himself, man. He was a dick on roller skates. It's just there. All there was. So she's like, you know what? I'd rather know him and know exactly what he's about than the rest of them.
Yeah.
My mother was also let's just say my grandfather and mother shaped my entire sense of humor. So just go with that.
Okay, let's see.
Is there a Death Watch colored Volkite? No, there is not. So I'll just go with this one.
Yeah, they're all shades of black.
And I'm gonna bring the hammer.
Oh, I forgot to color all my stuff white because it's white.
Why's it gotta be white?
Because I'm in white. I'd be ultra white.
Is that like super straight?
I guess. A spear? Why is there a spear? Divining spear. I assume that is bad guy stuff. Okay.
You mean skins for the Thunderhammer?
Yeah.
Hold on.
That's the one you stabbed the guy on the surfboard with.
Yeah, no, those are Thousand Sun staffs. Huh.
But yeah, like, in general, when it comes to, like, the term retcon, you were describing something where, like, the authors undo something or change something retroactively. But adding on to content that, like, were only given so much of from the start is not a retroactive continuity.
Yeah. I would even argue, and this is something I've also realized too, like the whole thing with the female custodes, it is actually wrong to call it a retcon. It's not a retcon, it's a rewrite.
Yeah. When you go all the way back to the beginning and then act like it never happened, it's always been that way.
That's
number one.
That's a rewrite, and that's another reason why they can never be canon.
And it's also a disingenuous prick thing to do too.
I mean, yeah, that as well. But yeah, that is a reason why. That's another. Oh, you're both here. Okay.
Little brother, Uwu, come on.
Shut up. Anyway, but yeah, that's another reason why they can never be canon, because if you have to rewrite the fundamental basis of a faction to insert something, they can't be canon. Because that you're going back, you're trying to uproot the foundation, and it's like, yeah. So it's like it doesn't matter what GW tries to say; they're not canon. Same with the whole Wraithbone being made of minerals and shit. It's like, no, that's not how it works. You just undid the building block of the entire Eldar civilization. It's actually just as bad a change as the fucking female Custodes, and I don't think enough people realize that.
Well, because Eldar are such a second or third tier thing. I mean, yes, we know about them, but let's be honest, most new players go, oh, elves. Just flip the page. They're looking at the ultimate guide, which sometimes I recommend that too, but...
Well, I mean,
it's got its problems,
I mean, it's got problems, but I will say, the Ultimate Guide is still the current final word on female Custodes canon, which is...
So you love it.
Well, I mean, it's not even a bias thing. It's literally because it is a officially published work that says they can only be male. I'm sorry, but Games Workshop making a fucking Instagram post saying that they're women in the Custodes is not canon. You cannot change canon in like social media posts. It's not how it works.
What did I tell somebody? If canon, why no heads in box?
Yeah, that too. Listen, I still stick by my theory that female Custodes happened because whoever they farmed out the animation for the tithes to fucked up and made the Custodes a woman, and then they decided to roll with it rather than just cancel the whole animation.
Well, is it me, or does the female Custodes animation look suspiciously like the Age of Smegma female character episode of Warhammer? Yeah.
Maybe?
They look a lot alike.
So like what you're saying is maybe
Relic.
Oh, nice. So what you're saying is maybe they recycled a model, and
I do wonder if they looked at that and said, "Well, we've already done that."
And then Games Workshop sees the result they're working on. It's like, oh my god, what have you done? And it's like, but what do we do now? It's like, roll with it, just roll with it, and then the fucking fan base catches on fire. That's like something to that effect is what I think happened. I'm gonna pick this.
Literally, the fan base catching on fire seems to happen a lot lately.
I mean, yeah. I mean, if Games Workshop stopped fucking up, that'd be great.
If you could just not be stupid, that would be great.
I will say, I do not think this is the worst Games Workshop has been in terms of 40Ks an edition. 6th and 7th were way worse than 10th. But 10th is rough. I think there's
I kind of dread 11th.
What Games Workshop really needs right now is that shot in the ass from competition that is coming next year. I still stick by my belief that I think 10th is going to be a long edition. Like, they're going to try and move away from an edition every 2 years. That's my theory. That is purely speculation on my part. Do not take it as gospel in any sense.
Maybe they're looking at Wizards of the Coast. I'm so old, I almost called it TSR. Wizards of the Coast going, hey, they're getting away with every 10 years. Why don't we? I
mean, yeah, it's like the fact 40K actually updates its core rules so often and not just the codexes is actually kind of stupid. If you ask me.
I thought it was. I was like, because they don't ever finish putting all the codexes out.
Yeah. What was it? They put out was it the Guard Codex in 9th, and then within a month they were doing 10th?
Yeah. And it's like, I mean, if you go look at like 2nd edition and 3rd edition D&D, man, they milked the living shit out of that.
They did 3.5, but they never did like, you know.
Yeah, but they were interchangeable. You could kind of mix them together though.
Yeah, it was just basic shit. Also, Philosopher, to answer your question, the competition is Gundam Assemble. It comes out literally like next year. That's the official release date.
Oh, you grab that one.
Yeah.
Am I not wearing a fucking fencing weapon?
Yeah, no, Gundam Assemble comes out next year, and if GW doesn't shake up their bullshit, scanning. Ow. Yeah, people really quickly forget how the Star Wars minis games were legitimately pushing GW shit in when those came out in 2015.
Now you don't really ever hear about them.
Well, that has less to do with the games themselves and more to do with Star Wars wearing out its cultural welcome.
That's true. My friendly local game store, you'll every once in a while see a Star Wars tabletop, but hell, I see Team Yankee more than I see Star Wars.
Team Yankee?
Oh, hold up! I'm gonna go look for the skull in case we missed it.
Team Yankee is a Cold War military sim. M1s, M113s, Bradleys, Soviet era. Think about 1990, 91 Cold War.
There is no skull. Also, I will say, oh, hey, Austrian guy, how you doing? Lost the damned, instantly squatted in 10th. Essentially non-playable faction. Listen, GW needs to do two things with Chaos now that they got fucking Emperor's Children out. Dark Mechanicum and Traitor Guard. Like, the whole cultist army for Chaos Space Marines, step in the right direction. Good idea. I like it. But there needs to be a proper Traitor Guard codex, or at the very least, like, yeah. You know what I'm saying, right? And they need to have something similar to Brood Brothers for Chaos and for Tau.
Another abominable intelligence in my chat.
Oh, hold up. I'll get him.
But yeah, so yeah, like I said, for those that are wondering also about Team Yankee, think early Tom Clancy, but on tabletop.
You know, I will say I vibe with the whole. I vibe heavily with the whole Cold War Gone Hot fiction.
Oh,
you know,
dude, it's literally what sitting on a tank. On a semi-hostile border in a foreign country, I'm sitting there reading shit like that.
You can say Korea, see that, it's all right.
Well, no, because I also was one of the last times I did one of the last patrols at the Fulda Gap, too.
Oh, hold on. You gotta alt tab out again real quick.
My character is not black, thank you.
What?
Oh, sorry, I was getting whipped to shit by these dudes.
Oh my god, honey!
That's hilarious. But yeah, the whole Cold War Gone Hot is pretty cool. You know, it was one of those events that we both dreaded and kind of anticipated.
I mean, you wouldn't be bored anymore, that's for sure.
Well, you know, it's well, gee, I mean, you gotta think about some of these guys between the end of Vietnam and the fall of the wall was 18 years.
Yeah.
18 years? Yeah, 18 years. So think about it. Let's just say you join at the end of Vietnam, so you don't get any deployments there. And you spend the next 18 years training for a war that never happens. And technically, yes, you don't want it to happen, but...
Help me! Okay. Thank you. Ow.
No, you do not abuse my boyfriend.
Only you get to do that.
I mean, yeah, he's bottom.
Shut the fuck up!
He said with the red face.
I will not be abused like this.
Oh, how will you be abused?
Shut the fuck up!
Some ways that
Sounds like
are,
he's begging, Ash.
sometimes that, some ways that were, some ways that are, and some ways that may yet come to be.
I just hate. You think GW wants to churn out editions because they want to progress the story, but they don't need to do that though. They don't need to do that to progress the story. That's why novels, codexes, and fucking, and because they do campaign books now too. That's why those exist.
Because, I mean, you know, again, going back to D&D, they progress the story quite a bit with just novels.
Yeah.
But it's a little more of a freewheeling system, I will give you that. Despite all the rules, D&D is still way less restrictive than Warhammer. Warhammer is math hammer. It's called Math Hammer for a reason.
Well, I mean, like, another thing about D&D, and this is why some people I think believe that, you know, the whole no canon thing is true, is because of how D&D handles its story relative to gameplay versus how 40K does, where in 40K, the story and the characters really fucking matter, where in D&D, they really don't. Like, yeah,
I mean, you can get all obsessed about Elminster and stuff like that, but then at the end of the day, he doesn't have to be part of your
there was nothing in there. Wow, I feel ripped off. Generator 1.
No, there was, I think. I don't know. Maybe.
Oh, it was spore mines. They hit the thing and exploded.
Perfect.
One thing I like about, like, on that subject, one thing I like about the Forgotten Realms is how it couches its you know, edition changes in the lore. Like, literally everything that has ever happened for an edition change has, like, a lore entry in it. Like, one is because a dude tried to usurp the power of Mystra. One is because the Mistress of Pain, you know, altered the rules of the planescape, you know, in the city of, like, the city in the plains place, Sigil. Fucking, one is because Mystra fucking died, and one is because of the Second Sundering. You know.
Vazabar X, thank you for the follow. Welcome to Crusade.
Probably one of my biggest complaints is when they tried to completely obliterate most of the Forgotten Realms big movers and shakers.
Oh yeah, that would have been 4th edition. They were like, they've been kind of killing off gods, like, along the way, but then 4th edition happens, and like, okay, this god was an aspect of an elven god and never really existed. This god, you know, fell through the plains when, like, the spell plague happened and got eaten by Asmodeus.
Well, and you know, and then, like I said, they're, you know, I always liked Elminster, so, you know, then they just basically, well, he really didn't matter, and I'm like, wait, what?
Oh yeah,
Elminster was literally a focal point.
The guy dicking down Mystra doesn't matter, right?
I mean, she does that with a lot of people.
Yeah, she's a bit of a hoe.
By the way, how you enjoying that plasma gun?
The repeating one. I was like, oh, that a repeating one, nice. Yeah, so of course I'm gonna go with that.
The upside, you have unlimited ammo. The downside, when you overheat, you take damage.
Yeah, I noticed how it vented all of my fucking armor out the window.
Yeah, so watch out for that one spraying.
Yeah, since I can regenerate Medicaid, I wonder how it would work on this guy. It's like literally infinite health versus infinite ammo.
Yeah, but like on the subject of Forgotten Realms, I still love how, like, okay, so 4th edition comes out. They kill off half the gods and, like, make, like, you know, half of the remaining basically just, like, aspects of others and fold them into each other. 5th edition comes out. So that was a fucking lie. Literally, like, the Second Sundering happens, and, like, if you check the wiki, 90% of the gods are, like, reborn into the Second Sundering.
Yeah, it was like the worst attempted retcon rebuild, whatever the fuck you want to call it, I was like, this is slop. So I just kind of looked the other way for most of that. I tend to, in my campaigns that I've run 5th edition, I tend to go back and just keep it kind of 3rd edition gods. Like,
yeah, that's fair.
Never happened.
like, in some ways, they did it well. And those are the ones that actually have, like, an explanation, like, you know, like, oh, a high magic ritual, or, like, oh, you know, they revealed that, they, like...
Get ammo, let's go.
Like, the whole, like, rebirth of Mithra thing was, like, a major part of that. And, like, that was the whole, like, oh, well, they found a fragment of her in, like, a bear somewheres, and, you know, were able to, like, reignite it with the sacrifice of one of her daughters. You know, but, like, fucking the vast majority of them are just like, oh, yeah, they're back.
How'd that happen? Shut up.
Yeah, the Wizards of the Coast. Hey, remember Mistra? She's back in bear form.
Do you want to romance the bear?
I mean, I did.
I know you did. I don't even have to ask.
Look, I won't lie, fucking the bear is, like, less awkward than the actual, like, sex scene with, like, you know, like, any... Like, okay, spicy commentary. I like romances, but sex scenes are some of the most, like, secondhand awkward you'll ever experience.
Oh,
like,
Yeah, you feel like you just walked into your parents or
Oh,
something.
no, listen. Those fucking Dragon Age origin sex scenes.
Oh my
the
God.
sex scene starts and this fucking female singer is all of a sudden like, whoa! It's like, shut the fuck up,
How
bitch!
you managed to make Liliana boring and awkward.
she's a bard. She's done silk work before.
Nerthra!
Don't care, still mean girl.
I mean, okay, I'm not saying don't romance her. I'm saying she shouldn't be this awkward.
Well, you never know. Maybe the character you're playing is a virgin.
Man, those guardsmen that came to help us are already, like, on the floor with having a stroke. Oh, that was... Oh. I got this one. Yeah, come here!
Nerd
Come here!
ass over here.
Come here, nerd! Give me your claw! Give you the fucking
Yeah, that
London special!
That was a thing, you know,
There.
philosopher. My friend Joey is really into the Drizzt novels, but even he fully acknowledges that Drizzt is probably, like, the weaker element of that story because he's constantly going through, like, constant personal dramas that are pure
He's a
self-martyrdom.
teenage girl.
Yeah, he's a teenage girl. I still remember the one time they found a village where everybody had heard of him and were like, oh shit, he's a good drow. And he immediately is like, it's not good enough because they're identifying me as one of the good ones. It's like, shut up. Shut up.
It's almost like you come from an entire fucking species of people who are sociopaths to a man.
yeah.
Excuse me, bigot. You're not allowed
Meanwhile-
to say that anymore.
Meanwhile, Joey's favorite character is Jarlaxle because he's like a magnificent bastard who goes around in foppish clothes. But like, okay, so they bring back all of his friends, and
Oh, hey,
he's
Trevor.
like suddenly actually happy. Has like a kid with Caddy Bree. His dad even gets resurrected by like some like shenanigans on fucking Lolth's part.
That's when I wandered away. I'm
Lolth
like,
is like, okay, you really have to look at it from the perspective of everybody else to appreciate it because Lolth she is that bitch. She is that bitch who likes the drama. She does shit for
she's
the fucking...
chaos, basically chaos incarnate.
Yeah, she's like, she's
what? She's
evil, but the chaos is the emphasis.
I was gonna say she's actually what marked as chaotic evil, yeah.
She
Yeah,
used to
chaotic
be. I don't know
evil.
if she still is. So.
Well, probably not anymore because she's female, but you know.
I mean, she's still evil. Like, there's no way, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like, there's no
Evil.
undoing it.
Come on. We have
Oh, hold on. I'm looking for the cum box.
for optimal yield.
Okay,
Oh yeah, okay.
I'll be on the right side.
Not be
Uh,
in position for
uh,
it yet.
Okay,
Keep your
I
hands
will go to the middle.
Get it done.
But yeah, like, recently, you know, Joey was telling me about how, like, Drizzt became, like, a monk and shit like that. Like, you know, took monk training. And then he had a whole, like, totally transcendent moment. And comes back and is like, the gods are a lie and you're stupid for worshipping them. keep in mind he encouraged his wife to be like a cleric of Myliki. And of course she made that choice for herself, but she's so fucking mad because this dude is making the biggest fucking like, you know, like the biggest deal out of this, and he's being completely dismissive about it, even though like the dude was like literally jerking himself off in his own personal like, because like every like half of the book has his own like personal ruminations. And during the like the Avatar crisis, you know, like when like the gods were walking the earth as like, you know, physical avatars, it's like I heard people were talking about how they like met their gods and were so invigorated by this, but I don't need this, for my faith in Myliki is pure. It's like, shut up.
Well, okay, here's the thing.
Hey, guys, I gotta cut you off. Zeph says after he's done with Gotrek and Felix, he's reading Drizzt. I wish you luck.
Okay, here's the thing.
It's just that like they have issues.
The problem with Drizzt is this went on so long that you can literally track the author's like personal crisis. At first it's pretty pure and honest. Then he goes through this religious crisis. I don't know whether it's personal or what, but I do find it interesting that you can almost put a timeline up against D&D being bought by Wizards of the Coast and suddenly de-escalating the importance of deities in the game with the whole, the gods aren't real. The timeline almost perfectly lines up.
Why the fuck would he even believe that when the gods are known to exist? Oh, right side again.
Not only are they known to... Right side?
Left side.
Left side. Okay. Not only are they known to exist, if you don't worship a god, you are literally fucked out of like a good afterlife.
You're put to a fucking wall.
Yeah, like that's basically what happens if you're considered faithless. Is the word for it. Is that if you are essentially an atheist in setting, you get turned into the mortar of the wall surrounding the fugue plane. If you are false, you just get like tormented. And that's also where like fiends can come about, because they'll proceed to be like, hey, I see that you're like not looking at the best of afterlives. You can join us in the 9 hells and involve yourself in the forever blood war.
Or you could be turned into basically currency.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah,
but it's like a whole thing.
But they don't exist, guys.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You could almost, it's almost like, you know, it's a timeline of, my God, am I going to be a dramatic little bitch?
Yeah, pretty much. 4th edition also was kind of like a dodgy period for Drizzt, because like,
what is
so
the,
like,
oh my
what
God!
The fuck?
Did you see that? Did the textures look like that for you too?
Yeah, the graphic fuckery.
Okay, I thought that was just me. Okay.
No, it does that every once in a while.
At least Detective Conan has been consistent for 20 years. Okay, yeah, that's fair. Credit where it's due.
But like,
you know?
Okay, so, you mentioned like the author going through a crisis. So like, there was this period in 4th edition where Drizzt was just fucking depressed all the time because all of his friends were dead. And he's just like angsting about that. And I'm pretty sure my buddy Joey either like read up on it or it's just like assumes this. But he's pretty sure that R.A. Salvatore was kind of held by the balls for a period of time by like Wizards of the Coast.
That's what I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
They used to let him kind of run with the Drizzt Do'Urden and actually shape the world around the novels, and then it became the novels around the world.
Yeah.
Because TSR was like, look, as long as you don't like include a BMW 535E with heated seats, we don't fucking care what you do with the novels.
But if you don't include that in the story, then you're a bigot.
But yeah. I think when Grand Wizards of the Coast came in, they went the other way with it.
I saw what you did there.
Fucking yeah, like okay, so like my sister really likes Drow novels, but not specifically Drizzt, because she likes like, you know, evil characters and political intrigue.
Oh shit.
We're
hold on. We're going to have to take a A siesta from gameplay. Remember that grocery
your
order I
stuff's
mentioned?
here?
It's on the
Okay.
way. It's on the way. It's 8 minutes.
Okay,
Okay.
yeah. No problem. I'm just gonna switch characters. Yeah, so like, my sister was telling me about like a lot of these things, like the Lady Penitent trilogy and like other such things that were like Drow oriented, and there was this whole drama surrounding how like like half of all Drow have like demonic blood in them because their ancestor people during like the initial like divide like made deals with this fucking demon, and then like one of the characters is like the avatar of Elistray for a moment and brings that demon inside of herself and then gets her head chopped off. So Elistray dies. She's the good goddess of like the dark Seldarine, like the one good goddess. And at the same time, the demon blood of like the Drow is like removed, and suddenly a good chunk of Drow revert to like what they were before they became Drow, because it was like an evolution off of what was originally just a kind of brown-skinned elf, subrace known as the Dark Elves. And like this is the whole thing that happens. There's all this like drama surrounding this, and of course there's also all this other stuff happening in other storylines because it is a very expansive setting.
Oh, God.
Fourth edition happens. All of a sudden, Spell Plague, all the shit you were working on, irrelevant. We're completely wiping the board.
Hey, hello, Overroyd. Welcome to chat. How you doing?
Like, it's also worth noting. So, there was this like old thing I remember reading about with R.A. Salvatore. So, you know how fucking Drizzt had his like rival antagonist in Trary, who was an assassin?
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't have the assassin class. Officially, he does not have the assassin class. You want to know why he does not have the assassin's class?
Evil.
No, it's because Wizards of the Coast called him up and was like, so we would like you to write a story about how like Entrari goes off to like join up with like all the assassins with the assassin class in the Forgotten Realms to engage in a sacrificial ritual where they will all die to bring back a god of assassins or some shit like that. And R.A. Salvatore's just like, actually, he just has like a few levels in Warrior and Ranger. He doesn't actually have the Assassin class despite his title. Like, Wizards of the Coast literally tried to force him to murk one of his characters, which he had established for a long time, because they wanted to do a stupid event.
I mean, didn't Antari go back to like the second trilogy?
Yeah,
the Halfling Gem era trilogy?
Yeah.
Okay.
He was literally like one of the earliest established characters, like after the Lone Drow trilogy. If memory serves, Lone Drow trilogy wasn't even the initial release.
They went back on that one.
Yeah. Because like if memory serves, it was like quite literally fucking they released the original trilogy, but then Drizzt was just like such a like runaway like success, like a dark horse character that they were like, let's focus on that. And like, yeah, it's been going for decades. And like, there have been more than a few times like R.A. Salvatore has like bumped heads with these people. And don't get me wrong, R.A. Salvatore has his flaws, considering like he did kind of get a big head about himself about the fact that he was more or less the only person writing shit for Drow for a period of time. Originally, they were a meme faction, kind of more like, they were kind of like unironically written, like some of the original like rogue trader iterations of the various factions in Warhammer. Because like, imagine if you will, is basically just like an entire race of like matriarchal dominatrixes who run around with snake whips and put men in their place. It's like, okay, whose thinly veiled fetish is this?
Right?
Yeah. And then he's like, okay, so they've got all this like hierarchical shit and this political intrigue, and Menzo Baranzin has like these houses, and they vie for like dominance through like vying for like Lalth's favor and all that jazz.
Just so you know, I'm having that situation now where it says the estimated arrival time keeps going up by 1 minute.
It's
Even though
okay,
6
honey.
minutes away.
He's lost.
honey, it's fine. We can take our siesta. We can vibe.
I know,
we can just talk the shit.
This falls dangerously close to scuff for me, but you know what? Yeah. I will calm the fuck down.
So you just need Eliminator and Devastator, right, Ash?
I think so. I may have already gotten Devastator as the thing, so I don't know because I can't check it.
Right.
So let me
God forbid they didn't put a fucking tracker.
Philosopher says, I hope Drizzsome ends this decade. It's never gonna end.
It's not. Dude,
I would bet money, like, if Ari Salvatore, like, got abducted by aliens tomorrow and couldn't write Driss anymore, they just pawn it off to another author.
Probably.
You're not wrong.
Oh, he might be stuck in traffic. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is that time of day.
All right. Well. Okay. I guess I'll just keep my butt parked here while we wait. At least I'm not going to get booted out of the game because it's set to private, you know.
Right.
But I hope Wizards gets off their ass and fixes D&D. Like
they won't. They won't till they have to. They won't until they literally are beaten over the head financially, which I think is starting to occur.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, I think Games Workshop will turn around, and I think it's ultimately going to take them realizing they have competition on the way. I think they will, though. Because
yeah, see, this for Lizards of the Coast here. Number one, they're part of a bigger corporation, so they have to answer to somebody. And number two, you know, this switch over to 5.5 or D&D Next or whatever the fuck they're calling it this week has went over like a fart in church.
Yeah,
people just are not buying into it.
Hey, Creedheart, how you doing? I've seen some, like, even, like, the wokest D&D fans imaginable bitching and moaning about this whole thing they did.
Well, imagine getting rid of one of the staples since 0 edition.
Yeah.
Or 1st edition. Half fake, half elf, half orc, whatever. Suddenly, oh, that's racist. And all these people go, well, wait, I'm half this and half that. Suddenly now I'm a problem.
Wait. I thought, like, you know, I thought the wokies were all about that. It's like, oh, suddenly they're not? It's like, is it suddenly racist when it's not a human? Like, what's your stance here? Like, what is
they're doing the wokey pokey.
Well, I have my own theory, and it all revolves around orcs, like it always seems to.
Oh,
there's really only one way you get a half orc.
I remember someone bitching about that years back. You know?
Yeah, there's only one way you get a half orc, and it ain't a school dance. Let's put it that way.
Come here, elf woman. We need to race mix. Philosopher, you sounded like my one mutual on Twitter, Carcharodon Astra. That man's got a problem, and it's got pointy ears.
Yeah. Well, no, I don't think it's come here, elf woman. I don't think they even go. They're not even that polite.
I mean, look. You know, it's been well established for years that, like, just because something is typically listed as usually evil doesn't mean it has to be. That's, like, completely up to.
No.
You know, it's a collaborative experience. You can fluff up your character however you goddamn please. You can literally be like, so my like, you could be like the descendant of that, like, one fucking fan fiction, like, orc human cross, like the one where, like, the orc gets saved by the human and, like, they get together and they're romantic.
Oh no, the one I was thinking of. This is the one you had me thinking of. Why is my sound glitching? The one I was thinking of was that one. I think it's like a Korean. This one, I think it's drawn by a Korean dude. It's like the elf that gets air quotes captured by the orc and wants the orc to do all kinds of, like, TOS violated things to her, and the orc is just creeped out, like Dude.
Oh yeah,
stop.
it's one of those jar-headed orcs that the Japanese and the Asians like to fucking draw. Fucking no, I've seen plenty of fan fiction, like, wholesome stuff and unwholesome stuff where it's like, orca, gets saved from like, like random execution by like human, has like, consensual stuff with them. Or like there's one where it's like an orc who's like at a ball or something like that, and she's in like finery she doesn't feel at home in, and a human asks her to dance, and and she's like immediately swept off her feet.
Now, that's
by that.
adorable. That's just adorable, I think.
See, to me though, the problem is Grand Wizards went so woke, they cannot stand the idea that it has to be the exception, not the rule. It must be the rule.
Like, you can have nuance everywhere. You can even have, like, as you said, exception, not the rule. You can even have whole ass clans that are not.
There is no nuance left to them.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, exactly the problem.
Hold up. Remember how Beastmen were retconned? Yeah, we don't talk about that. Well, no, Beastmen were retconned out of Age of Sigmar, but then they took them out of Age of Sigmar and put them into Old World. That was an upgrade.
But yeah, there's no nuance. You can't have that because remember, not only did they remove the half this and half that, but they also removed orcs aren't evil. They're not. Well, goblins aren't evil. They're not.
Well, I'm going to be honest.
Nothing is evil. It's not.
I'm going to be honest. Fantasy is better when ontological evil exists. Like, fantasy was built. Like, the building blocks of modern fantasy were built on the idea that there's ontological evil that needs to be stopped. That was like the whole point of the Lord of the Rings.
Well, yeah, and I mean, for example, like when I run my games, even though they're 5e, I still make paladins pick a deity.
Oh,
but
God,
all I need is an oath.
Don't even get
All
me
I need is an
started on
oath. What do you swear in the oath to?
Yeah, don't even get me started on the fact that do not get me started on the fact they forced paladins to be atheist. Like, I get the idea of not believing in a god. Okay, I get that. Like, but the whole point of a paladin is you're a warrior who is empowered by a god. That's the entire point. So
but what classification of spells? This is what I point out to. But what classification of spells do paladins cast?
Hey, listen! Don't tell them where smite comes from.
Yeah,
look. If it was entirely from themselves, it would be arcane. But since it comes from something above themselves, it's divine.
Yeah, it's divine magic, and it's the same spells by and large cast by clerics, which must have a deity.
Yeah,
I swear it was literally caused by woke atheists who were like, all upset and shit that they had to. But I don't want to believe in a god.
I guarantee the Redditors were losing their shit was what drove a lot of the. Remember, it's always the loudest voices, not the multiple voices that generate this.
I want to point out, hun, I will always respect the fact that you're a reasonable atheist.
I was already at the end of my annoying arc in life when we first met. So
yeah, you were getting out of your Reddit atheist phase and becoming like a human being.
I feel like technically, regardless of beliefs, everybody has that sort of. I won't use the word Reddit atheism because it's kind of too specific, but they have that sort of. I'm going to be really annoying about this because it's the only thing that matters to me right now. Like, take anybody who either is like embracing a new faith or is recommitting themselves to
born again people. I want give me a shovel. Come here, I'm gonna go full Krieg on this shit. Give me a shovel.
Yeah, like everybody fucking does that when it's like something that they're either like essentially making more of a point to their personality and identity than it was before, or making it a new point. So like they're like, oh, it's new to me, so I need to like praise it from the skies and annoy people with it.
Needs to be a pain in the ass about it.
Yeah, fucking in any case, like I always find that funny in like fantasy because like in most fantasy settings,
I'm getting called. I'll be right back, everyone.
Okay. In most fantasy settings, gods are not a matter of faith. They're a matter of essentially proven fact. Like, they're active. You can go to shrines and get blessed by them. They do things in your life. It's like, how is that not involved? Like, the most eccentric character you'll ever meet in, say, like, Elder Scrolls Oblivion is, like, a chick who, like, will be like, oh, yeah, I don't believe in the gods, and I don't care who hears it. She's part of the Mythic Dawn, a Daedric cult organization. So she's lying through her teeth. And then there's, like, another chick who will be like, oh yeah, I don't bother with the divines. You know, you get results from the Daedra, but you don't get results from the divines. It's like, okay, but the divines literally have shrines that will bless you in churches. So what are you on about? Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking Eberron actually like worked with it in a reasonable fashion, but even in Eberron, there were like ontological forces of good and evil. It's just that the gods were not the source of that. It was more like a Zoroastrian sense of like, you know, like there's like a font of power somewheres in existence that people draw on when they invoke certain gods in their creeds. You know, it was like a very eccentric way of going about it, but it still had it.
Yeah, well, I mean, D&D used to go whole hog into it. You could find maps of the planes, you could find planar alignment. You know, this was a big thing, and then all of a sudden they just went, nope.
It's like it's so opposed to the idea of religion as to be like opposed to the idea of fantasy. Like that was like a thing that I never cared for from one of the great speakers. I honestly am not the biggest fan of that sort of you know, cult of personality thing. Hence my derision. I think it was like Richard Dawkins. What's the one who said it, that like fantasy isn't something you should expose kids to because it will lead them to religion. It's like,
oh well, I used to really like and admire Dawkins, but he has been up his own ass so much.
Yeah, it's like I don't really pay attention to them because like the problem with like a lot of like atheists is that they do treat them like they're fucking dogma. Like, you know, I don't really agree with the idea that like, you know, atheism is unto itself a religion, but that's mostly because I think atheism should lack any sort of like groundwork for that. It's a personal belief, you know, that lacks any sort of like external structure. You know, so like creating the whole atheism plus thing, it's literally just like
that was fucking cringe. That was so fucking cringe.
It's religion with extra steps.
That was so fucking cringe. You know, I used to be a skeptic, as in SK, you know, skeptic.
Yeah.
And you know, I used to literally. Do you know who James Randi was?
I think the name rings a bell.
The Amazing Randy. He was he basically debunked Uri Geller. He was a magician, just a little gnome of a man. I mean, literally. He used to live near where I lived. And when I started really getting into skepticism, I found out I was like, this guy's like an hour away from me. So I went there to like buy some books. He opens his own door. He's like, come on in. Nobody ever stops by to talk anymore. We're chit-chatting. He's signing the hat and book that I bought. He's touring there was a museum to skepticism in his house. And we're touring the whole thing. And I'm like, this dude is just cool as shit. So I end up as basically a moderator on his... this going back a bit, message board. And our jobs were people would bring claims to the board and debunk them. And one of the things that I really dug into, again, going back a few years, was 9/11. Debunking the 9/11 conspiracy theories. So, you know, I love that part of skepticism, critical thinking, you know. And then it just kind of turned into this hate specific people. And then Randy passed away, and this person named Skepchick took over the forums. I don't know who. No, yeah, I mean, literally, it's
I'm back.
Nobody voted for you, Skepchick. But then she basically started a purge of, well, if you don't believe in this, and this, you're kicked out of the group.
That's so anathema to critical thinking and, you know, proper skepticism.
And it was pure politics. She literally linked everything to politics and her personal belief.
Yeah.
And it's like, who the fuck asked you, lady?
All right. I'm sorry about the delay, everyone.
Oh, shush, honey, it's fine.
And now the term skeptic has taken on a very negative connotation.
Yeah, it has.
It's like a lot of them are fucking up their own asses about it. It's like, it's fine to be skeptical about things. It's fine to ask questions and be critical of things. But like, making more or less a borderline religion out of being like an asshole about things.
You made a religion out of not having a religion.
Yeah. Which is why I say, like, atheism unto itself is a very personal thing, because, like, look, the average person wants to believe in something. You know, they do. You know, belief brings community and, you know, among other things, like, a sense of certainty in life, because life can be chaotic. You want to know what fucking spelled, like, the end of the Enlightenment era and led, like, directly into, like, the awakenings in, like, American history? Fucking shit like chaos theory. Because the idea that, like, you couldn't guarantee everything, like, right down to the last, like, you know, numeral was terrifying to people. The idea that there exists variables that change our, like, our lived experiences well beyond calculation and are borderline random scares people. You know?
Sure does.
So people want stability, they want certainty. That's not me knocking, like, you know, religious belief, but it is, like, a major draw of religious belief is, like, the idea of, like, things having, like, a degree of certainty to it.
Yeah, if
like,
shit isn't stable for you, then maybe something out there is trying to make it stable. You know, it's fighting to stabilize it for you.
Yeah.
And it's atheism and stuff like it's and I'm not bashing you. It's a very easy belief if you don't have a lot of challenges in your life. But imagine being in some war-torn hellhole.
Yeah, the old saying, "There's no atheists in a foxhole."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And suddenly, you know, you're like, if I die, that's it. That's it, man. Game over, man. Game over.
You know, I don't know. For me, there's just too much shit in life that's like, it feels too, that shit that's happened to me and happened to people I know, that feels like guided, you know? Even if not like actively, like, you know, it's like, even if it's just in that sense, like, you know, there was a little nudge to make something good happen at just the right moment, you know?
Well, yeah, I mean, if you've ever almost been killed,
yeah,
you got to sit there and wonder, what the fuck?
Yeah,
you
like,
know?
Okay, should I,
What?
I'm trying to think if I should mention the most recent one.
Well, you know, if it's terribly personal, then...
It might be a little personal, yeah. You know what? No. Actually, no. I'm gonna mention it. Okay, so y'all might remember a week or two back on Wednesday I was going to stream and then nothing happened, right?
Right.
I had a medical scare. My heart rate was up. I was feeling weird. I didn't feel right. In retrospect, I know now it was just anxiety. It was a bad anxiety fit, right? But I was really scared. I called because, you know, I called 911. Like, am I having a fucking heart attack? You know, because I'm not even though I'm not young. I know that's kind of a sort of a weird thing to be afraid of. You know, at my age.
No, it isn't, because you could have a pre-existing condition you didn't even know about.
I mean, that's true, but I've had otherwise good heart health my entire life.
Dumbassitis.
But now that said, but I had a medical scare, right? While I'm you know, in the hospital, because I didn't know what was up, I called my brother, and my brother and his girlfriend, and I called, you know, I called my mom, who if y'all know what I've talked about, I haven't had the best of relationships with her in my life.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I didn't think that was much of a...
Yeah. And what
that took a bit to call her.
Yeah, and what ended up happening was, basically what happened was, like, I've been working on reconciling with her for a couple of months now, and something that happened was we were just talking, right? Like on the phone with her. She lives far away. She couldn't make it, you know, personally, where my brother is just like across the state line. So, which is really close to me, so, you know, no big deal. But while there, my mom brought up how my brother was looking to get rid of a car and, like, wanted to know, you know, if I would, you know, like the car. And I'm like, I don't need one right now, but I am looking to get I am trying to get my computer upgraded, so I'm focusing on saving on that. And she's like, well, we could just give you the money from the car for a computer. And I was like, oh. As I was laying there in the hospital, feeling like I was at my worst, that happened.
There's an answer. Yeah.
Yeah, all of a sudden, it's like, all of a sudden, the curveball. It's like, oh, I might be able to actually replace this old-ass computer quicker than I thought. And I felt a little bad, I won't admit, like I was hitting my mom up, who I haven't talked to very much for, like, decades for money, but... I mean, one, she offered. Two, I was like, yeah, okay. So, as it stands right now, my brother's going to sell the car, and then they're going to send me the cash from it.
Cool.
Yeah, it's a bit...
Will it be enough to get you where you need to go, or most of the way?
Yeah, it'll be over 2,000. So, I'm actually, after this stream, I'm going to take down the... I'm going to take down the goal for that. I've been actually mulling it for a while. I was like, I should take that down. It shouldn't be up anymore. Because, you know, it's just a matter of when now.
Well, maybe if it's a little over, you can add a little something, but maybe a slightly better card or something like that to it.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, that's something that happened. It's like I did, by the way, I did see my doctor. He looked everything over. He said, yeah, it was anxiety. You're not dying. You're just cringe. You know?
Cringy.
Not in as many words, but that's basically what he said. You're not dying, Bohemond. You're just cringe. But
okay, there's a Medicaid stim.
Oh, hold up. I'm killing boogs.
You got boog killing.
But
who do you think you're talking to, bug boy?
But oh wait, you're going that way?
No, I came back up here to give you a hand. I'm up here helping Ash.
Yeah, I was in completely the other direction. But yeah, like, as shitty as that situation was, it's like, it's those little things, like another bit of heavy conversation. For those who don't know, when I was in my early 20s, I almost died of pancreatitis because I had a gallstone that was stuck in my bile duct, and that almost killed me. Like, to me, everyone's like, oh, everyone thinks, like, you know, if God real, why bad thing happen, right? Or if God real, why not you just, why does he just reach down from heaven and give you $1 million if you're poor, you know? But I'm like, no. God set up the coincidence that this man would be born, decide to become a gastroenterologist and a surgeon, and then one day run into this dude named Rykard Bohemond who's dying on the operating table of pancreatitis and save his life. You know?
I remember that. He vanished literally for 2 weeks.
They said it was my gallbladder. I'm like, well, that's usually not serious. So it's like, I'll be fine. I was not fine.
It'll be fine.
Yeah. It was literally the fucking critical drinker meme. You know, it'll be fine. It was, guys, listen. Serious moment for all my viewers here. If you have gallstones, getting your gallbladder out is easy. But not doing it can get you killed.
Yeah, my wife had to have hers out, so. Okay, so you're having that one. You want to hear one that's really kind of creepy?
Oh, yeah, sure.
So this goes back to when I almost lost my leg in the Gulf War.
Yeah.
So basically what happened is an RPG exploded in front of me and another guy.
Yeah.
I'm laying on the ground. We're both, okay, here's the weird part. I froze and didn't drop to the ground like they teach you. He did. I caught the fragments in the leg. He caught them in the face.
Oh. So you froze and it literally saved your life. Yeah.
Yeah. So the Iraqi that did it decided to come check his kill, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
If I had not modified my holster to carry on my hip instead of up on my chest, which is how tankers wear it.
Ravener.
Oh.
You wouldn't have been able to quick draw fast enough to kill him.
I was literally laying on the side the pistol would have been on. Instead, it was on the opposite hip, cross draw.
And you were able to pull and
get rid of him.
You blap him.
Yeah. Now, the kid that died, as you may or may not know, the United States military pays a pretty significant death benefit.
Yeah, to the family.
His family was about to lose their home, their ancestral home, and his mother had severe medical issues, and they didn't have money for either.
Oh.
Son dies. He literally, if you've ever heard the phrase "bought the farm," that's where it comes from.
Oh, you know what? I didn't know. I actually didn't know that.
Literally, you die and pay off the family farm.
Yeah.
He did. He literally bought the farm and saved his mother.
Yeah, it's like.
So how fucking weird is that?
Yeah,
so that's when you start thinking about.
Yeah,
holy shit.
It's when the coincidences start piling up, and no longer, to me, it's no longer a coincidence at that point.
And because I had been going through, I guess you call it a crisis of faith.
Yeah.
You know, I'm in a war again. You know, it's like, okay, am I really supposed to be doing this for a living? The answer is apparently so.
I mean, we've talked about your family history. I think it's just
we're not the brightest bunch.
Well, see, I was thinking, you know, fuck. I'm trying to think of the one guy. I watched a fucking fat electrician video on him, where he literally was like, he had an epiphany in church where he was like, God put me on earth to be a warrior. I want to join the military.
Is this the guy who looks like he's like, the dad at the PTA meeting?
No, not him.
Not Vining.
No, not him. But this dude like went on to literally become one of the most decorated soldiers in human history. And like, yeah, I legit believe in like that kind of stuff, like epiphanies from God, or you know, like miracles being not just the major shit, but also the mind. People always think a miracle. They think like, oh, Jesus himself shows up to supra, instead of things like, you know, the little thing that can like turn around, you know, turn something around for you in a major way. Like coincidences that feel a little too major to be like just the wheel of fate spinning.
But like I said, then when you got to sit there and think, okay, I lived for a reason. Well, I found out my reason later. My mother, a few years later, was diagnosed with lung cancer.
Yeah.
I happened to have the money at that time, because I had just re-enlisted, to make sure she had better care, which gave her about 3 more years.
Yeah.
So it's like, geez, are you kidding me? Are you seriously kidding me? This is a convoluted ass. This is one of Ash's super convoluted anime moments.
Because we were talking to CDAT about the counterforce in the Nasuverse, which is a whole pile of lore worms there. But anyway, lore worms. I like that. I'm using that from now. See,
that, huh?
Okay. See. It's like a little coincidence of a flip onto a discussion. I now got a neat new word to throw around. Lore worms.
Lore worm.
But yeah, it's like, it's that stuff. That to me is what God is, rather than the people who, like, you know, think it's supposed to be Jesus, like showing up in person to hand you $1 million because he stubbed your toe earlier. Which, believe me, I wish he would. But all the same.
Lore.
What?
Bo be all like, Jesus, bring me a pizza. My Jesus, bring me a pizza.
I'm not gonna lie, right now, I'm down with that.
It'd be kind of cool if he did. I'm a little blind. Oh, yeah, CDAT gets this one. We have each killed a boss today. I'm sorry to chat for that the discussion got so fucking heavy.
It's okay.
Hey, Fallen Maxer, how you doing? But yeah, we're all talking about near-death experiences and what God is, what miracles really are, all this shit.
What if God was one of them?
Just
and it all started
like
because it
was
was commenting on how like people want to believe in things.
Yeah. Well, I know our discussions are just a stream of conscious like that.
It's 3 retards sharing a brain cell.
Yeah. I just popped in, so I had no idea what it was about. It started with, like, you know, basically talking about, because... Oh, hon, you just went with the salamander skin, yeah.
He went with the whole... Yeah, he went with the... Funny, he doesn't look black. I don't know, all that pimp shit on you.
I mean,
know,
if
man.
you look under the hood, you can actually see the front of his face.
Yeah, funny. She doesn't look Druish. I will say, not having a salamander skin color option, bit of an oversight. But you know what? Otherwise, it's fine. You know,
It'll be fade.
they should have some
Thanks for that,
customization.
Zeph.
Nasuverse Lord. Oh God, Zeph, shut the fuck up. Lore. Yeah, no, the Sakura's got the lore worms. But we're not going to say any more about that. I don't know how much of a TOS violation it is to discuss Sakura's lore.
Oh yeah, Sakura absolutely deserved better. Thankfully, pretty much every timeline, with an ending that isn't a bad ending, goes kind of reasonably well for her.
Listen, my favorite, unironic, but okay. I mean, obviously, look, I think Sakura's best girl, so obviously I think that Heaven's Feel was the best turnout. But if I had to go for second best, it was Unlimited Blade Works, because, look, I know, Shinji survived Unlimited Blade Works. But he basically gets to suffer for the rest of his life now, and he has no more power over her. So, and she knows it. She's like rubbing it in his face at the end. By the way, I'll get who's melee here?
Oh shit! I just grabbed the
Kind of.
Okay, you know.
All of
Okay,
us?
you know what? Yeah, you get this first one. See that you get the others.
I don't even know what to do. I usually just guard somebody in this, so...
Guard me.
Okay, where are you?
Okay, he's moving.
Okay, there you are. Eat a dick.
The broadside in his ass.
Okay, he's spitting.
She's a real spitter.
That mofo's spitting. Bo, you might want to get out of there, bro.
Hey, listen, my armor is contempt, okay?
No, your armor is shit right now, as a matter of fact.
Okay.
I got-
think I can,
Medicate stem.
Yep.
I think I can take another shot.
Also, I got a 3-up save. It'll be fine. You got one. Okay, you got one more in you. Oh, we're perfect here. Let him have it.
Ow! Ow!
Okay, we're somewhat fine.
Okay. Now I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a something.
Yeah, we have to chart.
Something blue origin.
We have to. Well, there's a fucking, what do you call it back? There's a biovore back here.
I am not a fan of that new add-on.
Which one?
The Biovore.
Biovore.
Because it's literally just it's fucking spore mines all day.
Yeah, and if they said you can get rid of one thing in this game, spore mines is gonna be it.
Okay, it's recharged.
Okay.
Who wants to do it this time?
I'll get it. Roll through the poop. Aha! Iframes, silly bitch. Where the fuck did he go?
Oh,
he
he's right there.
Oh shit. Okay, gotta wait for that to go away. It actually reduces the damage.
Oh, if there's a swarm?
Oh no, when he pops the green fart cloud because it dissipates the laser.
Fucking laser.
Okay. The dude on me.
One sec, coming down there.
Yeah, but like you're not happy about that.
I'm not actually. I'm trying to kill the heretics. I got one more shot. Yeah, keep shooting, see what happens. What, do you want me to get it again for the next one?
Sure.
Okay.
I'll recharge the cannon.
Spinning McSpin wheel.
Shinji in Fate Stay Night also punches Berserker and has his hands bent like a pretzel and dies afterwards. You know what? That's funny. But honestly, him living the rest of his life and suffering is better than a quick death for Shinji. Shinji fucking sucks. I can't think of a single Fate fan who likes Shinji.
I mean, he's basically made. He is so custom made to be hateable that, like, Jason is basically a Shinji face.
I didn't know. I didn't know we had Shinji faces.
Like, just look up Jason and just perceive him through that particular lens. He might not have the seaweed hair, but fucking, he's got that face.
I'm telling you, every time Shinji's on screen when we're watching Fate Stay Night, I have to take my shirt off to wring the grease out because of how fucking greasy that motherfucker is. Uh-oh. That is... Oh!
Coming in.
There we go.
Sweet.
Now you've only got one more to go, right, Ash?
I think I got the Devastator though, because like the event started on the day that we had our stream, right?
Right,
Yeah.
right.
I played heavy the entire time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Fallen Maxer, that's perfect. Yeah, perfect fate for Shinji. Grab him, travel back in time, save Sakura, throw Shinji in the pit. That would be perfect. Also, you know what? I'm kind of sad that Tumblr didn't make any memes about Sakura getting an extra hour in the ball pit.
Oh God.
Just put that out there. If you don't know the DashCon lore, look that up. That shit's hilarious. We showed CDAT the internet historian DashCon video. I thought your brain was gonna melt the whole time.
Just, I mean, I have a, and I'm sorry for anybody that is, but by and large, I have a particular revulsion of furries. I don't know what about it is.
You're thinking of Rainforest.
Yeah, because we also showed him the rain. We also showed him the Rainforest one.
Yeah, they all kind of ran together in a giant cloud of funk in my brain. It was just literally when you could smell a video.
Yeah. Hey, remember, they like crinkling.
Aww.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, there was probably some crossover in those events, not gonna lie.
More than likely, yes. Especially considering the furry scene on Tumblr is fairly large, or was when Tumblr was still a thing. And then they literally, banned porn on it, and Tumblr died overnight.
It's funny that it's kind of like a certain social media platform that seems to have a problem with fans of the playground. And
okay, I will put this out there. As shitty as Tumblr is, it is nothing like what Blue Sky is.
But what I'm saying is the problem vastly increased when there was a massive exodus of a certain political belief.
Oh, you mean Tumblr to Twitter? Yeah.
No. I mean Twitter to or X to Blue Sky.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Suddenly there was this massive uptick in fans of the playground.
Yeah,
I can't imagine how that happened.
It is a mystery.
It shall not ever be solved.
There we go. Honored auto bolt rifle unlocked. I'm going to go for the inquisitorial... Do I go for the inquisitorial pauldron, or do I go for the traitorous thunderhammer? Fuck it, I'll go for the thunderhammer.
Why would you carry a traitor's thunderhammer?
It's called that. It's not what it looks like though. It's got the fucking what do you call it? It's got the Templar it's got the Templar cross
Looks
on
like
it.
I gotta switch to the chaplain.
But yeah, no. If you check the appearances, I want to say it has like one of these has the Templar cross on it. One of the Thunderhammer skins. I think it's that one.
Well, we know they're heretics.
Shut up! They are not.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, if you look at the Iron Hands skin for the Thunderhammer from the mod, it says crafted by Crack, all caps. I guess that's the guy who did the model. The hate mace just says praise be to Space King. No lube. A Mystery Science Theater even. I'm gonna go back and find more episodes of that and watch it. I've been a bit of a kick for it recently, I'll fully admit. That's a great show, MST3K. Well, I mean, okay, to be specific, the original series and with both of its original hosts was good. The new season they put on Netflix,
that was horrible.
I'm so mad because they finally did a Reptilicus episode. That's one of my favorite awful kaiju films. It's also it's the only what the fuck country is Copenhagen in?
Denmark.
It's the only Danish kaiju film. It's also one of the worst kaiju films ever made, but in like the entertainingly bad kind of way. And they finally do a Reptilicus episode, and it's the first episode of the fucking Netflix series, and I'm like, God fucking damn it, this isn't funny. One moment, I'm eating something. I gotta mute my mic. I ain't doing mukbang streams. Fuck that noise.
But the thing is that you could.
I could, but why the fuck would I? Mukbang's disgusting.
You could be the next Nico Avocado. Love you, honey.
Well, I mean, God knows I'm fat and ugly enough.
You are not fat and ugly. You're a cutie patootie, and I love you.
Well, love you too. I figured you didn't want that coming out more like, you know?
Sorry, I'm back. My back teeth were singing anchors away.
Your back teeth were singing anchors away?
Yeah, they were floating. I had to pee.
Oh.
Didn't that have Patton Oswalt? What?
I can't. Oh, God. He just makes my fucking teeth ache.
Oh, my God. I heard funny shit, by the way, huh?
Patton Oswalt. I can't say what I want to do, so. Not on Twitch.
You know, hon, I just realized you never shuffled us into the stream chat, so, like, anybody could have dropped in at any time.
Maybe on that note, we should end the stream.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've already got, like, you know, Devastator / Heavy out of the way, so, like, we'll see. If I need to do that later, I can.
Yeah.
But, like, we're at the end of our stream time anyways.
Yeah, Jesus, none of the people I normally raid are up right now.
Fucking Royan's up.
Oh, yeah? Wait, yes?
It's listed as, like,
Oh, he is,
20
yeah. Yeah, I think he just went up, so yeah. We're raiding Royan. I think he's doing an art stream, so yeah. I'm going to watch that. I will send you to watch him. I will be back Wednesday, usual time, 7 p.m. Raid Roy NVT. There we go. All right, yeah, I'll be back usual time, Wednesday, 5 p.m. I hope you all have a good Monday evening, and yeah, take care, everyone. Later.
Take care, all.
Later, all. Uwu.